Hey, I forgot to hit the button where I was going to start in a second, guys. Hey, welcome. Welcome. I usually start off with this, but I forgot to do that today because I am vegan and I have brain fog. Now I'm just kidding. I just didn't have everything set up visually. I spent so much time today getting the audio all tweaked out. I have some different tweaks happening right now. The signal path's a little different. I forgot all about the visual stuff, but hopefully everything else is going all right here, guys. So welcome. This is it's approximately 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. This is when we do our weekly vegan live streams. In fact, they're just open live streams. Ask a vegan anything. So if you are vegan or not vegan, you're all welcome here. As long as you're courteous and kind, we can all get along. If you're vegan, even anti-vegan, this is the time. I allow anti-vegans to come on Fridays and present their best argument. They're show me your best example of why you think veganism sucks. I saw so many of you anti-vegans leave comments on my last video, so invite you all. I went to the comments, hey, I'm not going to waste all my time typing at you guys. Just come here Friday, 6 p.m. and give me your best argument, your best example as to why veganism sucks. So anyway, in case you guys don't know who I am, this is the YouTube channel that's not hosted by a sociopath, a narcissist, or an AI. No, my name is Ryan. I am your host here along with Angie of Happy Healthy Vegan, and I'm the one that holds down these Friday live streams. Angie will pop in once in a while, but it's not her thing to listen to people yelling about why veganism sucks, but I like to hear people try to give me their best arguments and see if there's some real reason why veganism is horrible. So we're still waiting for a good one, a good argument, a good example. We've been doing this a long time and we still haven't heard too many yet. So I want to say hello to everyone. You guys can all hear and see me okay, right? It looks like everything's going fine on my level meters here. I have all this technical stuff in front of me. It looks like everything's reading out fine. But hey, Fu Man, I saw you on earlier. Fu, yeah, I'm your cult leader. Yeah, you guys probably don't know veganism is a cult. If you're new, yep, I'm the cult leader. It turns out we were just lying about it all the time, saying it's not a cult. No, we are. I'm the leader. So hello, let us reason. I saw you guys on earlier. Robert and Sweet Potato Sister and Antonio. And I saw Vian Moyman and Tanya and Fallon Marie and Heidi. And everyone, Travis, what's up? All the regulars. I saw that Sarah said she might not be able to join us tonight. She's got family tonight. So if you can watch it all, Sarah, cool. If not, maybe you'll watch a little bit after the fact. If so, hello, Sarah. Always fun to have you here. And Johnny, an old regular too. Not old in age, but an old regular. Johnny Bravo, good to see you. All right, so let's make sure I can hear things. I'm just going to make a little test sound here. Let's see. Okay, that's a fake super chat. No one gave me $73 right now. I'm just making, you guys all heard that, right? Because I was, I think you guys were trying to tell me in previous weeks you weren't hearing the little ding and ring, and you heard it now, right? Because I was like just overhauling the audio for my live stream here, making it better, improving things, and smashing out bugs. Figuratively, yeah, not like insect bugs, but cool. You guys heard it all. Awesome. Cool, I'm glad it's all loud and clear as the cult leader. Chris, thank you. You guys will hear, tell me too if you hear this.
This is a test donation for $41.
You guys heard the speech to text, right? This is a test donation for $41 because I think Peter was trying to tell me in previous weeks, hey Peter, good to see you, that it wasn't working. You guys weren't hearing the dings, you weren't hearing the speech to text thing, but you guys are hearing it all now. Cool. Yeah, your cult leader's been hard at work, and I don't know if you guys can notice too, my audio should sound a little sweeter now too, a little more professional, a little more like a radio, just a little bit. I mean, I already have good gear. I just did some tweaks, spent the afternoon just improving the audio setup here. Hey, Bill Seabury, how's it going? Rough game last night, huh? I really stopped watching after halftime. When your team's down by 11 at half and they're not looking good, I just started playing chess and kind of watching a little bit in the third and fourth quarter. I'm glad I didn't waste any more time on that. Hopefully they'll get their thing together tomorrow night, though. We're talking about the Lakers. Okay, cool. Thanks. Let me know, guys. Peter, you might not be on the whole time. Yeah, stay as long as you can. Also, some people got attacked in Victoria protesting. what were they doing? Like, were the just peaceful protesting? And what did people do to attack them? So that's funny. They thought these vegans were so horrible. These peaceful vegan protesters were such bad, horrible people that we must attack them. Yeah, it makes a lot of sense. That's really showing who's the better person there, the peaceful protester or the violent attacker. That's a head scratcher. I can't really figure that one out. But that's really sad to hear, Peter. It just shows you how rotten and horrible so many people are in the world today. Yeah, Bill, yeah, when a team makes 21 threes, it's hard to beat as well. So hopefully things will be different tomorrow night when the game comes down here to Los Angeles, to Crypto.com Arena, I almost called it Staples Center, and hopefully it'll be a little different. The Lakers have not lost a playoff game on their home court this playoffs, and I can't remember the last time they lost a game on their home floor. It's been a while, so we're looking good when all the fans are here in LA cheering them on. Let's see. Foo, yeah, man. I never cease to amaze. Like, it seems like every day or two, like your governor there is doing more just stupid, nonsensical, bigoted crap. Anyway, I'm sorry to hear about that, Foo. Yeah, I feel sorry for you out there. Peter, let's see. The protesters, the anti-protesters tried to grab your signs when processing the horse carriages. They try to grab your signs? That sounds very unpeaceful there. Let's see, John. One of your molars got infected and had to get it extracted. I've had my 2 bottom molars extracted over the past, one maybe like 6 years ago, one I think it was earlier this year if I remember right. I had deep gum pockets. Sorry to hear that though. Getting a tooth extraction always sucks. I just had deep gum pockets, not from being vegan, just from neglecting to go to the dentist for most of my 30s and age 30 to 40, really just not going to the dentist, not taking care of my teeth, which I have regrets about, and there's a price to pay. Let's see. Just for your FYI, Angie seems less involved in the channel. Haven't seen the channel in a while. No, Angie's extremely involved in the channel, but she's been making shorts. In fact, she makes way more content than I do. And like as far as quantity per week, she makes multiple videos, like 3, 4, 5 shorts. So yeah, if you're not following, make sure you're following and you have the notification bell hit, because she's making shorts all the time. Me, I make maybe 1 video a week and then 1 live stream a week. That's an average week for me. So yeah, quantity of videos, Angie's kicking my butt. As far as hours of content created per week, I win, because these live streams are like 2 hours long, 2.5 hours long. So yeah, a lot of you guys might be wondering where Angie's at, but yeah, she's around. She's making shorts, reels on Instagram. She just has a different way of approaching content now. Just like our preferences change, we evolve over time, what we enjoy doing, what brings us pleasure, what doesn't, and she's following what she's enjoying doing right now, and that's totally cool. You got to respect that. Let's see. I read some dumb articles in the Guardian. Peter, is that dumb story, or is it the United Nations publication thing? Yeah, I'll have a look at it. I'll let Mike the Vegan take care of that one. I really don't like to go and nitpick studies and science, since I admit, most people don't understand studies. I know a little bit more because I actually did. In college, one of my majors was experimental psychology. It sounds crazy. It means I was learning to create experiments, run studies and trials and stuff. Not trials, but just conduct basic experiments. So I have a little bit of educational background to help me in that, but still, I don't have a PhD or anything like that. So we'll let people that understand the science a little bit better than myself sink their teeth into that one. Ooh, hang on 1 second here. All right. Yeah, Graven. Yeah, you're totally right. Hey, Graven, good to see you. If you're having any kind of tooth pain, though, any of you guys, yeah, go to the dentist. Yeah, anytime I was feeling pain, I kind of bummed. I delayed contacting the dentist. If you're feeling something wrong, call them and tell them that you'd like to see your dentist as soon as you can, because you might not be able to book an appointment for a week or two, and the pain could get worse. And pain's something that you really don't want to have, like, to experience for a long time kind of thing, anyway, yeah, go to the dentist if you're feeling pain. adjust my light a little bit here. My cheap little light. That's one thing I'm missing here. I have like a really nice camera, really nice microphone. I have a crappy few lights here, but it gets the job done. I've seen like how I've seen what really nice lights can do, how they can make you look even better, but they're huge. They'll take up this whole space here. I have this little tiny LED light, and it's just, you know, I've just got it on me, you know. But yeah, I know if I spend a few $100 and lose all this beautiful space here in my studio, I could have some bitchin' lighting on my face. But I'm not that kind of guy. I'm not that vain or anything like that. I look fine enough, you know. I'm not here to have a beauty contest or anything like that. Hey, uncle, they took out your back molars. Now you have no wisdom. Yeah, I lost my wisdom teeth when I was a kid. My parents had me go to an oral surgeon. Yeah, and I was just saying, yeah, in the past, like, you know, this year, or was it last year, and then 6 years ago, I had the bottom 2 molars gone. Again, if you're watching VD, it's not because I was vegan. It was from neglect that I caused upon myself as a non-vegan in my 30s before I went vegan in like my 40s. So it had nothing to do with being vegan. The gum pockets were already there by the time I went vegan. I know, because when I went vegan is when I started getting my thing together. That's when I started going back to the dentist, and I started learning what kind of horrific things I had done to my mouth over the decade before when I wasn't vegan and not going to the dentist. So, lesson to all you kids and adults out there, don't neglect your teeth, because they're, unless you're extremely fortunate, you have a great structure in your teeth that, you know, all sorts of factors, you know, that go into if you get cavities and gum pockets. There's some people who can neglect their teeth a lot and get away with it, but they are in the minority. So for the rest of us, yeah, go to the dentist. Take care of your teeth. Uncle, my lights have a nice subdued look. That's what it's like in here. If you see a lot of other people's like where they film videos, it's really bright and stuff. I have this really dimly lit here. It's like a nightclub or something like that. Fortunately, I have a camera that shoots at these higher ISO ranges, like meaning I could crank up the gain and it doesn't create a bunch of noise. This is a decent little cinema type camera here, so I can shoot in low light pretty decently. So that's how I get away with my weird lighting setup here. You know, just shoot in low light and make it look kind of moody. And I, you know, like I said, I could try to get a better primary or main light, whatever they call it, for myself. But what's the point? Yeah, a little PSA on oral health tonight, Chris Murphy. Just since that topic came up. All right, we have an anti-vegan here. All right. Oh no, we don't have an anti-vegan here. I thought we did. Let's see. Yeah, ED209. Yeah, I actually have a mercury-free dentist, and yeah, he's not a huge fan of fluoride too. So if you're in my area, let me know. I'll hook you up with my dentist. Yeah, mercury-free dentistry. In fact, the one reason why I'm still with my current dentist is when I first went back to the dentist after a long time of neglecting my teeth, or I was really interested to get my mercury fillings out. I've had them since I was like a baby, since I was a kid. And I had quite a few. I was kind of concerned. I could see if you have 1 or 2 mercury fillings, no biggie. It's all, it's probably okay. But I had a whole bunch. And something I did, and it's been cool. It was kind of expensive, but I was able to afford it back then. I wouldn't be able to right now. Travis, you thought you had a cavity for years. Dentist says you have allergies, no cavities. Yeah, it'd be weird to have a cavity for years. Usually it'll progress and get worse. Something really bad would happen. It's kind of rare from what I understand about how cavities work and evolve that you would probably have it for maybe a year or so, maybe 2 tops. Yeah. Before something really bad would happen. Dentistry and the government kind of downplay mercury fillings. They say, oh, it's totally safe, totally cool. But as soon as you remove mercury from someone's mouth, like say what my dentist did for me, getting rid of my fillings, then it's a toxic substance. The removed mercury filling had to be handled. Fillings, I had multiple, had to be handled like a toxic substance. There's a whole protocol on how it's stored and disposed of. It's funny, when in your mouth, it's totally cool. Don't worry, it's all safe and cool. As soon as it's removed, you have to follow all these protocols on how to properly handle mercury. So that kind of led me to believe, I think dentistry is really downplaying the how not particularly awesome mercury might be for us. Sound was gone and back. Really? Did anyone else hear that besides Oh, I see we had a disconnection. Huh, I saw that earlier. Huh, interesting. Huh, maybe I should have restarted my internet today. I have a little message here. It says, chat disconnected. Please wait while we try to reconnect you. Which makes me think maybe I should have restarted our internet here because, yeah, my audio seems fine. Yeah, I froze, which makes me think I probably had an internet hiccup. Maybe my internet froze for a little bit. You saw it too. How long did it last roughly? Like 1 second, 5 seconds, 10 seconds? Just give me a little, just a ballpark. And was it just visual freeze? Let me know. I'm just kind of curious. I did restart. Let's see. I thought I restarted the internet a couple weeks ago, the router and all, but oh well, I should have done that today. 19 seconds. Are you serious? It was really fast. Okay. Well, hopefully we'll make it through the rest of this live stream. But yeah, funny, all the other stuff I did today with my audio, troubleshooting all my audio, I should have just restarted the internet and stuff too. Oh, well, hopefully we'll get through it. But if you see that again, if you see it kind of freeze with no sound, just hang on. Hopefully, it'll sort itself out like it did there. Ever since I switched to fiber optic, knock on wood, I've had really like a solid internet, but I've had a couple little issues lately. So maybe I should restart my whole router and all that. Oh, 5 to 10 in audio only. So you guys saw me talking, but there was no audio. Is that right, Chris? Is that what you're saying there? I was still going, but no sound is coming out, right? Do I ever want to build a snowman? Maybe. No huge desire. I tend to stay away from the cold weather. Okay, thanks, Chris, for that. Okay, 5 to 10 seconds of audio only. Okay, huh? Weird. Huh? I wonder if it's a YouTube thing instead of my internet thing. Anyway, we'll just carry on here, and hopefully everything will be cool. Let's see. Oh, because I froze. I get that now, Astral. Okay, I froze for some of you guys. Weird how you guys all had different experiences, which makes me think maybe it was a YouTube thing. I mean, think about it. They have like thousands and thousands of servers that distribute all these live streams and videos, internet hiccups that are not mine, but just on the internet. So it could just be a not me thing. We will see. But yeah, it wouldn't hurt to what's that called? Just reboot my whole internet. Just power down my modem, power down my router, the whole thing, and reboot it. I'll get that happening. The meat eaters are hacking our vegan internet. Maybe so. No, I just think technology is always gonna have bugs. I don't think we'll ever get there, where it all just works, right? Where you don't have to restart stuff or troubleshoot or close apps and reopen them or, Anyway, the internet is a fad, Fu Man. I'm hoping when I finally, hopefully 1 year, I'm able to move away to Hawaii. I'm hoping to use the internet less. Still want to live stream, obviously, and make videos, but I just hope to just be on the internet less. But I could start practicing that here. There's no need to be on a tropical island for that. Travis, so in my 5 to 10 second freezing, you, unlike the other people where I just froze, you heard disembodied voices on your end here. Huh, interesting. We'll have to look into that one there, Travis. Do a little troubleshooting on the disembodied voices. Yeah, if you want to get a Don't Suck Being Vegan tee, there's your link down there. Our Streamlabs bot has chatted it out. Yeah, AI is going to be our owner. That's another reason why I'm thinking in the future, when I'm moved away, hopefully, that AI is going to be big. Well, if you're not on the internet, you're not going to be interfacing with AI all that much. Type 1 civilization. Wait, where's that from? That's not Star Trek, is it? On a Class N planet? Let's see, Graven, has anyone seen Renfield with Nick Cage? No, I have not. Inner Bison, question, with just becoming a vegan? Awesome. I'm not sure what to do with my old animal product stuff around the house. For example, shoes and belts. Should I toss them or donate them? I'll give you what my 2 cents are, Inner Bison, what I did personally, and you can use that as your as some 2 cents to ponder. Like, I'll give you my 2 cents here, because I don't want to tell everyone what you must or must not do, even though I am the vegan cult leader and I have that authority, but I'm not going to pull it right now. So I'll just tell you what I did, and you could just like process this. But yeah, I remember coming across some old Birkenstock sandals that I got in the 90s, like way before I went vegan, way before I even heard the word vegan or became aware of the concept of veganism. I heard of vegetarian and all that, but never vegan. Anyway, I found them like maybe 2013, 2014. You know, we just started our YouTube channel here, Happy Healthy Vegan. And I'm going, wait, these are barely used. I hardly ever wore these things. I'm thinking, what should I do with them? I'd like to wear them. They're cool and that they look cool, but there's dead animal bits on it. So I figured, I don't want to like wear them and by wearing them have it be sort of an endorsement, or at least saying, hey, this is okay. I'm cool with this. Since I'm wearing it out and about, I'm saying it's okay for animals to be like killed so we could put stuff on our feet. So I don't have them anymore. So I honestly don't remember what I did with them. I don't remember if I donated them, which is fine. Let someone else, who isn't vegan, doesn't go around wearing products, like we do, that have, no animal bits in them, so let them keep doing that, I figure. But yeah, it's up to you to figure that one out. But I figured, yeah, myself, I couldn't wear them as a vegan, it would be some kind of at least implicit, tacit endorsement of the product and the practice, therefore, and I couldn't do it. Poopers have arrived. Where's some pooper? Okay, someone is violating one of our rules here. If you want to come here and discuss, why you don't like veganism, totally cool. In fact, I invite people. I literally go into our comments and find people that said something stupid about veganism. I think they're being really clever. I say, come Friday night and discuss this. Tell me why I was so wrong or whatever. Come and explain to me why veganism is debunked from your weird example. But here, no spamming or trolling. Rule number 2. If you're just going to sit there and just say stupid stuff and spam or troll, that's not what we're here for. If you want to discuss why veganism sucks in your mind, follow rule number 3. Give us one example, one argument, whatever you got, and explain it as clearly and strongly as you possibly can, and I'll listen to you. But if you're just going to say just troll, as rule number 2 says, you get banned. Okay, as simple as that. Okay, so now that we've established the simple, super basic, low bar rules I have here for just all of us, particularly anti-vegans, but for all of us. Yeah, I got him, Graven. We got him. Thanks for pointing them out. Yeah, anytime you guys see a troll or an anti-vegan, let me know, and we will determine if they're here in good faith or are they just probably some young kid trolling us, getting some bizarre thrill hanging out with vegans on a Friday night. Okay, inner bias, and you agree, huh? You agree no longer want to wear them as well. I think you just might donate them. Thanks. Oh, you're welcome. Yeah, you're on the same page. So anyway, let's see. Heidi, you're excited for the new Wes Anderson movie coming out. Wait, who is Wes Anderson? I don't know a lot of stuff, I guess, in popular culture. Ooh, Graham, that sounds awesome. You had a jackfruit chorizo breakfast burrito this morning. You're still full. Awesome. That sounds delish. Yeah, we had some mango bean tacos. They're in one of Angie's books here. She hasn't made it for a while. I remember, I like this old recipe. We usually have it in the summer. It's some kind of, that's an uncooked taco situation. Even though the beans were technically cooked in the past, we don't warm them up. Oh, like Life Aquatic. He makes quirky movies like that. Thanks, Graham. All right, cool. Beautiful independent movies. Yeah, we like that. We like weird, quirky, independent movies for sure. We like Life Aquatic. Yeah. Where's it going to be? Is it theaters, or is this new movie going to be on like Netflix or Amazon or Apple or something like that? Let us know, because we have all of those, and we have Max right now too, because my mom has it and she knows nothing about the internet, so I just used her login to log in. Are you watching HBO Max? Hopefully you're not going to like kick me off. Uncle, okay, you made that recipe. I was talking about the uncooked tacos, with the beans and the often avocado. But we had just enough avocado. We had all these ones that were bad, so I just ate them for the nutrients, not for the taste. We had one that was decent that made it into the black bean fruit mango taco thing. Okay, what's in Grand Budapest Hotel? I'm not sure if I've seen that. June 16th in theaters. Hey, that's a long time away. I need to get excited about that. That's cool. Asteroid City. I'll keep my eyes open for that for sure. Robert, you just smashed some vegan hot chips. Yummo. That's always tasty too. I would be getting hungry right now, but I just had that big taco meal right before, like maybe less than an hour before this live stream. I think, yeah, about 45 minutes before. You're planning your summer out, Heidi. Good for you. I have no plans. One plan is probably finally just bite the bullet, and there's some repair that needs to be done, and we have a 2-bathroom home here. One of our 2 bathrooms, the one that's primarily Angie's, the toilet's been sinking for a long time into the ground. So we shut the water off. We haven't been using that toilet. Anyway, thank God we have 2 bathrooms. Anyway, we need to repair it. They need to repair all the wood underneath, fix the plumbing issue that was causing the leaking in the first place, get a whole new floor down, like tile floor. So it's going to cost a little money. And what's worse than that, just the time. They're going to be in here at least a week or so, messing up our whole, we work here, we live here, it's going to throw everything off. So anyway, that's something we should really do this summer. Get it done finally, especially since I'm thinking about moving at some point in the future. You can't really sell a house with a sinking toilet. You can, but you'll get you have to lower your selling price down a lot. Balance omnivore. What's that? Ryan, if you actually want to help animals, go out and do so. Go out and do so. Don't just stay eating plants. That doesn't help animals. Huh? Oh, you're saying help animals? Like if I see an injured duck, I should stop what I'm doing and like nurse it, bring it home and feed it, stuff like that. Help injured animals, or maybe start an animal rescue. Is that what you're saying? That's what I should do as a vegan? I should help animals in need, like an injured duck, or start rescuing, like rescue pigs and goats and stuff like that? Is that what you're suggesting, Balanced Omnivore? Let me know if I understand you. If that's what you believe that veganism means, that is that the definition of veganism, is to help animals decrease their suffering by helping animals in need? Is that what veganism is? That sounds like something else that's related. That's not what veganism is. Let's look at the definition of veganism here. That's not the definition of veganism. Here is the definition of veganism. It's a way of living, a philosophy which seeks to exclude as far as possible and practicable all forms of cruelty and exploitation to animals. So when I went vegan, and even when I tried going vegetarian in the 90s, I didn't go vegetarian because I saw an injured duck, or I wanted to start an animal rescue, like find like some pigs that needed to get home because they escaped from a slaughterhouse, something like that. I went vegan because I didn't want pigs and animals being killed and slaughtered so humans could eat them needlessly, because we don't need to do that. It doesn't say here that we need to stop what we're doing in life and go out into the world and seek out injured animals and assist them in recovery. I'm not a veterinarian or anything like that. That's not what I'm skilled in. So nowhere here in the definition of veganism does it say that we're here to help or ease animals, injured animals, or animals in need or something like that. There's plenty of facilities that do this. There's rescues, there's sanctuaries, there's veterinarians, professionals and volunteers that do that stuff. So you have an interesting definition of veganism. You think that we're just like these beautiful Buddha people. We just do all these benevolent things all the time. No, we just are against animal cruelty and exploitation. And we've taken a stand on it and such that we've committed ourselves to not participate in animal cruelty and exploitation. That said, if you see an injured duck and you want to help it, by all means help it, but you're under no obligation to help an injured duck. Does that make sense? Balance Omnivore. I care for animals, but I know I can't go out and help every injured animal I see. I'm not a rescue. I don't have the money. I don't have the resources, the time, etc. to go out and seek out injured animals and animals in need. In fact, I did my job. I have 2 rescue cats here, which take up an incredible amount of my resources. I wish I could sock that money away into my retirement or something, the money I put into cats every month or every year. It's a lot. So I'm tapped out. I have no more resources to go out and help animals. If you are independently wealthy and you got time and maybe some skills beyond what I have, which are zilch, yeah, go and help injured animals. But that's not what veganism is. You have your own custom definition of veganism. You're making stuff up. You have reinvented veganism, Balance Omnivore, to include something that's never been part of the definition. Do you understand the difference between animal cruelty and exploitation and caring for every animal in the world? Yeah, I care for every animal in the world, but I know I can't help every animal in the world. So I do what I can, which is not participate in the acts that support, the businesses that support animal cruelty and exploitation. Okay. Graham says, I don't see the connection you're trying to make. He's not a connection. He's trying to reinvent what veganism means, that we are here to ease animals' suffering or something like that. That's not what it is. Hey, Jordan, are you here right now? It says, hey, there you are, member for 3 months. That's weird. You've been a member for longer than that, but good to see you, Jordan. Hey, you were gone last week, right? Which is totally cool, but we missed you is what I'm saying. Just like Sarah is gone this week. She says she has family in town, and we'll miss you too. We are missing you, Sarah, but good to see you, Jordan. Yeah, Hutchie4, you're absolutely right. Yeah, as opposed to what Balance Omnivore saying that the definition of vegan means we love every animal, we try to help every animal in the world, every suffering animal, every injured animal or something like that. You're right. You don't even have to like animals to be vegan. You don't even have to like them. Just don't harm them. Hey, Tin Man. Oh, Jordan Vegan, you're right. Yeah, you have 2 accounts. Han Solo's cousin, which you've been with us the entire time. We started, yeah, the Vegan Jordan, your newer one. That's it. So yeah, thanks for clearing that one up for me, Jordan. We love you too, Jordan. Thanks for the super chat tip there. I think that's our first one of the day here. Been on half an hour. Oops, yikes. Ooh, I just hit my hand on the mic shock mount. Yikes. It's like, it's all pokey. Ew. Anyway, thanks, Jordan. I was going to say, I remember one time, yeah, you hit the record. Like, we had a super chat tip from you like within seconds of start. But thanks for the first one of the evening here. Hopefully it won't be the last one. But thanks so much, Jordan. We love you too. So Balance Omnivore is still back. Ryan, if you don't like someone, why not harm them? Don't understand. What if I don't like someone? Let me think of someone I don't like. Okay, I can think of a certain YouTuber who has a very venereal disease sort of name. I don't like her all that much. So what should I do? If I don't like her, and I don't, why not harm them? Okay, just because I dislike someone doesn't mean I ought to harm them. What's the connection? What's your moral principle that states that if you dislike someone, you're obligated to harm them? And what does this have to do with veganism? Are you just trying to baffle us with nonsense here? Like, what? I'm totally confused. But that's your belief there. If you dislike someone, you're under some duty to harm them. So I should be harming VD. Is that what you're suggesting? Explain that moral principle to me, because I don't understand it. Hey, Graven Babies, that's funny to think. Yeah, you can't stand animals. That's why you eat their food, because most animals eat a bunch of plants. Robert Bird, man, you're wrapping your head around that? Meat eater then helps animals. Why not? I can't wrap my head around. This is too hard for me. Maybe I played too much basketball earlier today. I can't follow this reasoning, so we're gonna have to take it simple. Okay, so he says, I mean, why wouldn't you harm someone if you don't like them? Only the law stopping them. So you're saying, if like VD, let's say I dislike VD, and I'm not a big fan of hers. I would probably say I dislike VD. Yes, I dislike VD. So you're saying because I dislike VD, I must harm them. You must have, that's you. You're projecting. That's not how my psychology works, and I would suspect it's probably not how most of you guys out in the chat's minds operate. Is that normal? If you dislike someone, do you feel this natural urge to harm them, but the only thing restraining you is going to jail? No, I don't think like that. I mean, maybe I'm weird. Maybe it's because I'm Buddhist, but even people that I dislike, I don't wish harm upon them. In fact, did you see my video yesterday responding to that why I'm no longer vegan person, Cornelia? I said, guys, be nice to her. Just because she made a video like this doesn't mean I told her, if you're watching, I don't dislike you. I'm not mad at you or anything. I'm just responding to what you're saying. So maybe I'm a little more Buddhist than you are, balanced omnivore. Maybe you need to eat more plants. Maybe it's all that meat you're eating with all the death and hate and just harm in that product. Maybe that's what's causing you to have these violent urges that you ought not have. Hey, Jordan, thanks for the super chat tip there. I love being vegan. Best decision I made. I agree with you. I should be a t-shirt, huh? I love being vegan. Best decision I made. I like that. I'm going to think about that. What do you guys think? Would that be a great t-shirt? I love being vegan. Best decision I made. Graham, good point here. Stating the obvious, huh, Graham? Why do most meat eaters who comment here in my live streams sound like sociopaths? Like, what's up with that? I mean, that's completely sociopathic. Oh, I dislike that person. Therefore, I want to harm them. I really, really want to harm them, but I'm not going to because I'm afraid of going to jail. I mean, that's exactly his wording there. Yeah, don't harm anyone. Hey, VLAM, good to see you. Just don't harm people. We need to get along. I said there's plenty of people I dislike in this world. Plenty. But I don't want to harm them. That's a whole nother matter. That's just your psychopathy or sociopathy there or something like that. You think that'd be a good t-shirt? Yeah. Respect life, be vegan. That's another good t-shirt. You guys have some great ideas. You guys would like that tee too? Thanks, Jordan. Yeah, thanks for the super chat. Yeah, if you, a 14-year-old, right? You haven't had your birthday yet, right? Can be vegan, so can any person. I know some people try to come in and debate me and talk about all these complicated ethics that underlies veganism. Are we talking about Kantian, Immanuel Kant and deontology versus like a John Stuart Mill utilitarianism or whatever, Bentham and all that? It's like, no, you don't have to know any of that crap. I mean, Jordan, I'm sure you've probably never studied any philosophy before, never took a course in ethics or anything like that, and you understand veganism as deeply and clearly as anyone I've ever met. It's not that complicated. You don't need to understand philosophy or ethics to see an animal being harmed so a person can eat a hamburger. You know that's wrong. An animal's suffering, being harmed, being exploited, being killed so someone can eat a steak or hamburger or whatever. When you just eat some lentils or whatever, eat anything in one of our books where that doesn't happen. Yeah, we don't need philosophy. We don't need a deep understanding of philosophy and ethics to use our eyeballs and non-sociopathic brains to see an animal being exploited and killed and know there's something kind of wrong about that. You feel it as long as you have feelings. Yeah, if you're a sociopath, you're unable to feel things like that. But assuming you're non-sociopathic, it's pretty easy to see what's wrong with that. Anyway. Yeah, sweet potato sister, I'm with you. I'm really proud of you, Jordan. I wish I went vegan your age. Me too. What's that, Flatlander? That's very telling. If someone only believes because they are afraid of like going to jail and not because they actually care about people. That's what our Balanced Omnivore is saying. So you're still at it, Balanced Omnivore. Ryan, Oh, let me read Jordan's super chat too. Thanks, Jordan. Thank you so much, Jordan. I became vegan because I knew murdering animals for my taste pleasure is wrong. Exactly. You don't need to be a philosopher. You don't need to be in college and study ethics or anything like that. You just need to be a non-sociopathic human and see with your own eyes and feel with your own emotions that animals suffering for you to have a hamburger is totally wrong. Given that we can eat plants and be healthy. Bounce Omnor, Ryan, saying you don't want to harm others is hiding your natural nature. No, I don't have a natural nature to harm people. You're projecting your sociopathic, or I don't want to put a label on it, just your violent tendencies, your violent nature onto me. Why do you assume that every human on this planet thinks and reacts like you do? Are you that narcissistic or something like that? You don't allow the possibility that there's people like me and others who can dislike people, like say the VD channel person. I dislike her strongly, yet I don't want to harm her. What is wrong with that? I'm Buddhist. Maybe you need to stop eating meat, and in addition to that, read a little bit of Buddhism, because there's nothing incompatible with what I'm doing here, with not liking someone but not wishing harm upon them. I mean, I wouldn't mind her channel going away or something like that, don't get me wrong, but I have no desire to go like punch her in the face or something like that. That's wrong. That's just totally wrong. I don't wish that on you, VD, if you're watching. Just saying, in case you're watching. I'm not suggesting that. I'm just saying that's just totally psychotic behavior there. Dusty Dud, what can a vegan eat if they can't eat legumes and lentils? Hey, go talk to Dusty Dud. Talk to, if that's you or a friend, have them talk to a vegan nutritionist. I don't want to give any nutrition advice here. I don't want to say, oh, you should get this for your macros for pro. I don't. Just go talk to a vegan nutrition or something. I don't want to give a meal plan because I'm a musician. That's what I do. I'm a music producer, so you don't want me to pull out meal plans for you. That's like wrong. Fine. Yeah, you can talk to. If you want, I can hook you up via telemedicine or in person with a vegan dietitian / nutrition who can give you a meal plan. They're professional. They help clients every day of the week. They've been trained in that. Their education, their work experience. I can set you up with one, but I'm not gonna pretend to give you any kind of like healthy diet advice that excludes some major groups there. That's wrong for me as a music producer. So anyway, let me know though if you want, Dusty Dud. I'll be more than happy to hook you up. I'll give you the website. You can initiate it yourself. So, I meet with this doctor's organization myself. My cardiologist belongs to this group. Jordan, thanks for the super chat tips there. Processed meats can cause cancer, and that's just not our opinion. That's what the World Health Organization has so clearly said. Processed meats are a known carcinogen, not probable or possible, a known carcinogen, like cigarette smoking. It's a slam dunk. The science is absolutely clear. There's no dispute or ambiguity. It's a true fact. And yeah, absolutely, Jordan. Thanks again. Yeah, plants don't feel pain. So it seems like a slam dunk. Like, okay, animals feel pain, and some animal meats can cause cancer or other health issues. Just eat plants, which don't tend to have the high rates of cancer, incidence of cancer, and say like diabetes, stroke, heart disease, and they don't feel pain. It's just a slam dunk, slam dunk, slam dunk. So thanks for the super chat tips there, Jordan. Graham, I don't know too much about that copyright case with Ed Sheeran. I should learn more about it. I know it's like involving a Marvin Gaye song. It can happen. There's only so many chord changes in the universe, so I can see how someone could make a case, even though it might not have been any intentional copying of or anything like that. Hey, Jordan, thanks again. People say vegan food is expensive. It's not. Yeah, like legumes and grains and bananas. These are some of the cheapest foods out there. So yeah, it can be expensive. Some vegan foods are very expensive, and some non-vegan foods are super expensive too. It depends on what your preferences are, how rich you are, how much of your disposable income you want to spend on food. That applies to vegans and non-vegans. Yeah, it can be expensive as a vegan, and it can be super cheap too. Okay, Wiz has some thoughts there that wheat germ is very underrated and overlooked. I don't know too much about wheat germ there, Wiz, so thanks for sharing that. Let's see, V, Lamb, what new foods have I tried since going vegan? Well, I'm just thinking today, Angie made those mango tacos. I didn't really eat mangoes really much before going vegan, so I guess that's a new one. Just tropical fruits, more tropical fruits than ever before. VL now, I agree with you. Ed Sheeran, according to my musical ears, is kind of insufferable. I'm not an Ed Sheeran fan. No offense to anyone who loves him. We all have our different preferences, but yeah, I'm not a fan of his artistry or anything like that. But I don't think he committed a crime either, VL. Now, I agree with you there. You need to go to the store? All right, let us know what you got there, sweet potato sister. Yeah, it's just propaganda, Flatlander Montgomery. Yeah, vegan food is just rice, beans, potatoes, corn, some of the cheapest foods. I mean, those are plants, right? I mean, or to say that vegans have to eat expensive Beyond Burgers or something like that. Yeah, rice, potatoes, and veggies, Hutchie. Not usually the most expensive foods in the market. Hey, thanks, Jordan. Vegan, because I would want people to speak for you. Yes, animals cannot speak. They are the voiceless. Vegans who are using their voices for the animals, as many of us vegan activists are doing. Yeah, we're speaking for those who are voiceless. We are speaking out for people, and I consider them people. They're living beings. Like, I consider my cats people, so why wouldn't cows and chickens and pigs and others be people too? People who are being exploited their entire lives. They need people speaking up for them. Let's see. Balance omnivore. Let me guess. You're against people having guns outside the house. What do you mean outside the house? Well, what does this have to do with guns? First you went on this bizarre rant how I need to want to like go and punch like VD, the YouTuber, in the face because I dislike her, and until that's completely unhealthy if that's the way your mind is. Now we're moving on to guns. What's the connection here between not having violent reactionary tendencies to strike out and beat up people I dislike, and guns outside the house? Am I missing something? What is going on here, guys? Why are you leapfrogging from one to the next? Violent psychopathic behavior to carrying guns outside? Like, I'm not sure. Graham wants to give guns to animals. Arm bearers. Robert Burr says, balanced. You are being a typical meat flank. What is your point? What is the argument you're trying to make? Don't beat around the bush, balance on more. Just state what you're trying to say. What point are you trying to make? Are you saying because I don't support carrying AR-15s out in public in the street for all to see, that somehow makes me too non-violent, and that's why I don't want to punch like VD and VG in the face? Is that what you're trying to say? Graven says, I'm a Floridian. I have guns and gators. Vegan Pundit says, yeah, balance omnivore. Banality is getting tiresome. Hey, Ren's dads. Thanks for the super chat tip there, Ren's dad. Thanks so much. You didn't even have a question. Who is VD? Ask 6. It's a YouTuber, an anti-vegan YouTuber who I don't wish to name because she is extremely toxic. We just call her VD because that's kind of what her channel is, and that's an abbreviation for her channel name as well. And she's a really horrible person. I dislike her greatly. But but I don't want to punch her in the face. That's what Bounds Onmore is saying. If I dislike someone greatly, he's saying I should want to punch her in the face or do some kind of physical harm towards her. And I'm not that kind of violent person. I don't have psychotic, violent behaviors. And, that's not me. Yeah, good point, Jordan. Thanks for the super chat too there. People in the future look upon us, would say, why are we exploiting and killing 80 billion animals every year so we can destroy our planet quicker at the same time? Yeah, the future generations are going to be pissed off at us, and they should be. They have every right to be. These older generations haven't been able to get our thing together. We're just corrupt, full of greed, and unable to make just little changes that can really improve the lives of people and animals. VD is the gift that keeps on giving. In both cases, the disease and the person, huh? Yeah, I believe, in my opinion, if you're watching VD, I believe you do have some kind of mental problems, and I say that broadly, generally. I'm not going to diagnose what kind. There's something going on there. I have compassion for people with mental health issues. Another reason why I don't wish to harm VD and others I dislike. There's reasons why they are as toxic as they are. I have compassion for that. As horrible and rotten as these people are and have been to me and many others, I still have compassion. Yeah, VL, no. Everyone has the right to consume as much or as little processed food as you want. I had a few years where I didn't consume any soy. And I consume more soy now. I don't feel any worse or anything like that. It's a good macronutrient profile, amino acids. It's a fine food. Yeah, I wouldn't say go soy-based, have everything in your diet be soy or something like that, but there's nothing wrong with having some tofu every once in a while. But Fu Man Poo says no, he's telling Graven soy contributed to his man boobs. So, hey, everyone has their own way of, of viewing soy. VLAN points out that VL now you can eat whole soybeans. Only processing needed is boiling water. Eat some edamame. There's nothing wrong with that, right? You just don't like how it gets processed in a tofu. But yeah, just eat some edamame. But yeah, you don't have to eat soy. If VL now really doesn't want to eat soy, you can totally do it. I did it for a few years. It was just fine. No big deal. That's what the cool thing is about being vegan. There's so many plants. People say it's such a limiting, restricting diet. No, it's not. There's so many plants. So if you don't like soy for philosophical reasons or it gives you a reaction or rash, who knows? I don't know. Just eat something else then. It's not like, oh, I can't go vegan because I can't eat soy. Not saying you're saying that, VL. I mean, I've heard people say that. Then don't eat soy. You don't have to eat soy. Being vegan doesn't mean one who eats soy, Anyway. But anyway, hey AJ, hi revered cult leader and cult members. We are all here. I was trying to find my cult member shirt today and I didn't, so I just found the next best thing. Doesn't suck being vegan. It's getting kind of warm in my little room here now. Gonna take the arms out. So, yeah, I kind of like soy now. I wasn't a big fan of it a few years ago, but I'm digging soy now. Wow, Sean eats soy every day. Wow, good for you. Yeah, we like the firmest tofu, typically. Wow, Fu, you're thinking about filing a lawsuit against your evil employers? Wow, that sounds like a lot. Think it through, see if it's worth it. But yeah, it's something to investigate. If you think you've been treated illegally, unfairly, go for it. Yeah, you mentioned that. They tried to fire you. Fu Man, is that what you're saying? And the alleged thing that they alleged about you, you weren't even present that day. So, I mean, that's some screw up there. Yeah, that's worth looking into for sure. I would investigate that possibly with the lawyer if you really want to go for it. Hey, Jordan, yeah, you're coming out here, what, next month, right? Which city will you be staying in? It will be near like the Disneyland area, the Anaheim area again, Jordan. Let me know, so I just kind of have a vague or just a rough understanding of where you're going to be at. So yeah, let me know if you're going to be in the convention center area. VL now, durian, the fruit. Yeah, it's kind of cool. I've had it, several times. Always frozen. I hope to one day eat like fresh durian off a tree in Hawaii or something like that. When I was there in Angie's birthday, on our 50th birthday, it was the wrong time of year, I guess. They didn't have any fresh durian. I was really looking forward to having some. Anyway, in the future, something to look forward to in Hawaii whenever I get out there to finally live. LA, okay, you'll be in Los Angeles. Okay, let's stay in touch. LA is a little further and more difficult for us to get to. A lot of freeway traffic. I was hoping you were going to say Anaheim because we can drive there pretty easily. But we'll stay in touch. We'll figure something out, Jordan. Now, maybe you'll want to come meet us out in the Anaheim area anyway. There's some good eating near Disneyland out there. So we'll figure something out, Jordan. But yeah, we want to meet you too. We're looking forward to it. So Fu Man Poo, yes, you're accused of gross, almost criminal negligence that you proved was impossible at an administrative hearing. So what did they say? Did they go, oh, whoa, our bad? Like, what did they say? Did they agree that what you said was true because it was impossible since you weren't there? Just kind of curious. VLAM, and I can't say I disagree with it. Sometimes durian tastes like raw sewer. Eating durian is worse than drinking raw sewer. Why would you want to do that to yourself? It's different. Sometimes it smells like trash. Sometimes it smells kind of florally. It's weird. There's no one taste or flavor I've noticed of durian. So I don't know. That's why I want to try it when it's fresh to see if it's even better somehow. Balanced omnivore, is that your point? Is this what you want to rest your argument on here? Is this it? Or do you want to say something else? Because you're just like pooping on the walls right now. You're just flinging poop. You're saying I need to want to beat up people and I need to support open firearm carrying or something like that. Now you're saying that we need to eat more animals to decrease their numbers and that will lead to less suffering. Yeah, I guess you're right. If 80 billion animals are being harmed every year, being killed for humans to eat meat, 80 billion, well, maybe if we ate more of them, there'd only be a few billion less. No, they'll just produce more. They'll breed into existence even more animals to meet that demand. So what I'm saying, if animal meat consumption is increased, we know, do you ever study economics, supply and demand? If the demand for meat increases, they're going to increase the supply to meet that. So no, your logic there doesn't meet the basic test of like economics 101, and involves more suffering. You're saying, all right, just eat there's 80 billion animals killed every year. Let's eat 90 billion, even though let's breed 10 billion more into existence and eat even 10 billion more. No, your logic, it just fails on logic. It fails on supply and demand theory. It's just you're making nonsense up. Stop flinging poop on the walls, okay? You've already thrown enough poop on our walls tonight at Balanced Omnivore. If you want to come back next week and give us another idea of yours, and just one. Remember, when debunking veganism, just one idea. That's rule number 3 here. I will only discuss one of your claims at a time, and I've indulged you in maybe 3, possibly 4 claims here. I've been more than generous, more than what I give most people on most Fridays. So I'm just giving you a little warning here. Come back next Friday if you want to discuss some other reasons why you think veganism sucks. But no, your suggestion to kill more animals to decrease animal suffering is completely nonsensical as far as basic logic goes and mathematics when applied to supply and demand. It just makes no sense. So, all right, so let's see. What else you guys been talking about here? Be a serial killer. Cereal, like, eating cereal, rather than a murderer. Good point there, Lettuce Reason. Yeah, Fu is funny, huh? Yeah, Fu's got an odd sense of humor, so I'm glad Jordan, our youngest live stream viewer can appreciate Foo's odd humor as well. VLAM, you're saying durian smells like the stinkiest fart, and it does stink up a room. I mean, I've walked past durian before and I didn't see it. I go, wow, the trash has really gotten rancid in this hot weather. The trash can, like, no, it was some durian that was left outside. It could smell really bad. Yeah, Hutchie, last week there were very few trolls, so yeah, it's kind of weird what's going on this week. But it's really been 2 people. I blocked one. I think it's that person that comes back every week, creates a new account, and we block them, we go through the cycle, and then our omnivore friend here. So anyway, yeah, trolls are boring, Graven. Well, sometimes they're fun and interesting. Depends. Not all trolls are fun and interesting. Some are better than others, let's say. Tim Pickles, thoughts on soy boys? Like, do I like soy boys? Like, do I think they're hunky or something like that? Or what are you saying there, Tim Pickles? There's a troll shortage, huh, AJ? Uncle, can you smell durian if it's going to be bad tasting in the store? I don't think so, because it's in a box and frozen, so there's very little smell. Maybe you can get the slightest idea of what it might taste like, and if you're a durian expert, you might be able to infer from your little sample in the store what it's going to taste like in person, but I don't have that ability. I'm just speculating. Maybe someone can do that. I don't know. Oh, Jordan, thanks. No, I didn't mean Fu is odd. I said he's. Did I say? I didn't say he's odd. I thought I said he has an odd sense of humor. No, he seems like a totally cool person. Yeah, just an odd sense of humor, kind of a sophisticated, mature sense of humor. So that's why I'm happy that you can appreciate his his more mature humor there, Jordan. So that's cool. Yeah, he's fun. He's fun and funny. Let's see, AJ, can I set my rules to only accept comments from subscribers of more than 5 minutes? Ooh, that's interesting. Let me see if I can do that midstream here. Let me check it out. Let me see what the options are here. Let's see. Oh, let me click a button here. Yeah, I can do that. That's a good one. Okay, I'm gonna try that. Hey, what made you think of that? That's cool. Yeah, it says right there, happy, healthy vegan, has turned on subscribers only mode, only channel members. No, then a lot of people aren't subscribers. I feel like maybe that would, yeah, I see the pluses and minuses of that. A lot of people aren't subscribed, but if it gets really bad, if I get like some crazy troll attack, I will do that. I'm glad you threw that at me, an idea to keep in my tool chest of tools as far as, what I can do to deal with trolls. So, yeah. But yeah, I said, I'm not gonna do it right now, but I will do that in the future, hands down. No problem. If I see a bunch of crap going on and I wanna, keep it under control, I will definitely do that. Yeah, that's a great idea. Yeah, Graven's you're not a subscriber, Graven. Shame on you, subscribe. But anyway, I'll do that for sure if the need arises. Other channels you go on have that. Okay, I will put that. Thanks for bringing that up to my mind, bringing that up to me, because I think I remember seeing that in the past. I go, oh no, I don't want to do that, but I can see now. There's certain times, certain circumstances where that would be a godsend. So anyway, yeah, some people want to engage before deciding to sub. For sure, some people just want to check out the content a little more. Is McDonald's vegan? McDonald's, like the restaurant? Like, huh? I mean, I'm sure they have some plant dishes there. I mean, but can you be a little more specific? AJ, I thought subscribers were just those who subscribe to the channel, not who are members. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, there's subscribers, which, we have like 200,000, even though most of them are no longer watching us or on YouTube. And then we have our members, like what, 50, 60 of us, something like that, So yeah, there is a difference there. You mean the normal Big Macs? McDonald's Big Macs are made out of animal products. There's cheese and there's a patty. So what'd you think? Are you trolling me? And the chicken nuggets. Yeah, the chicken nuggets. What do you think? Are the chicken nuggets vegan? You're just trolling us. And if you're trolling us, you know what the rules are. You're gonna get banned. Oops, that's not it. You're gonna get banned. Rule number 2. Okay, Graven, you are a subscriber, but not a member. Okay, awesome. I was going to be surprised if you're following us all this time. Yeah, and VLAM, McDonald's, the company, is definitely not vegan. I think he's trolling us. So he's been warned. Wow, Fu Man, McDonald's had a 10-year-old kid working until 2 a.m. in Wisconsin. Yeah, what's with this rise of like child labor that's been happening in the past few years? Like children, like 10 years old, they should be in school. They should be sleeping, not working at McDonald's past midnight. That's crazy. This is the United States. What is happening to my country? Yeah, Bond, you're absolutely right, Bond official. Yeah, most people coming in here to debunk veganism wouldn't be subscribers. So yeah, that's why I said I'll turn it on if and when I find it, it would be a really good thing to do at that particular moment. But yeah, right now we don't need that. We don't need to lock down the comments just to subscribers. One second, guys. All right. Yeah, I kind of agree with you there, Fu Man. I'm not sure what the end will look like, but that's why I just want to get away to Hawaii and just spend the rest of my life in a tropical island. But anyway, hashtag I love Fu. That is sweet of you, Jordan. Do you see that, Fu Man Poo? You got a special hashtag and a super chat as well, Fu Man. So that's a double whammy of coolness. Hey, thanks, Mona Lisa. Thank you so much for the super chat tip there. $7.99. Good job. Thank you so much. Much appreciated there. What country is that, Mona Lisa? Like Australia, I'm guessing. Is it, Mona Lisa? Let me know. But thank you so much. Hutchie, you worked till 3 a.m. as a teen? Hopefully you weren't 10. I mean, it's bad enough you were 17, 18, or 19, but 10 years old is like preteen. That's just that should be illegal. Seriously, that should full on be illegal. I mean, isn't there a curfew and stuff too? Anyway, you are in Australia, Mona Lisa. All right, cool, awesome. I'm glad you're watching. Yeah, it's morning. It's morning out there, right? In Australia and Asia, where VLAM is at. Tim Pickles, Ryan, what was the story of how I became vegan? Was it overnight or a slow progress? It was both. I mean, I finally drew a line in the sand one day, said I'm gonna just be vegan there. Why am I just like messing around, like being vegan for a little bit? I knew it was wrong, I knew it was wrong to harm animals. I knew it was wrong to exploit, kill, slaughter animals when I could just eat plants. I tried eating exclusively plants for several times and I always enjoyed it. I felt good. Just got lazy, just got back into old patterns and stuff like that. So one day I said, why am I going back and forth? I mean, I'm just gonna like commit. And that was back in 2010 and haven't looked back since. So it was a little bit, kind of slowly getting towards there. And finally one day I said, no more goofing around. 10 a.m. for you, VLAM. Awesome. Early in the day in Asia. Yeah, I don't understand these repeals and rollbacks of child labor laws. I mean, what's happening? Like, why is this happening all of a sudden? Like, what the hell's happened to the United States of America? All right, we got more people I need to ban, so hang on one second here. Okay, all right. VL, no, I never crave animal products. Never, never, never. As I said in my video yesterday, when I see a burger or something like that, I think it's like poop. It's like, ooh, it's gross. I don't want to eat that. Like when I say poop, ooh, it's gross. When I see a burger, I'm like, ugh. I'm repulsed. It's not anything that's attractive in any way, shape, or form. I'm not using willpower or anything to resist or anything like that. It's easy to resist poop. It's easy to resist something that makes me react just like poop does. Foo, are you serious with that story? That's wild. Do I crave bananas, Uncle? I mean, right now, no, but after my workouts or like after the gym today, hell yeah. I can't wait to get back and have bananas and oatmeal. Totally. Yeah, I'm with you, Robert. Flesh is gross. If I saw human flesh, I'd be grossed out. If I see dog or cat flesh, someone making a burger out of that, I'd be grossed out. If I saw someone making a burger out of a cow, I'd be grossed out. Flesh is gross. Flesh doesn't belong being cooked and eaten. Unless you're like a lion or something like that. Most humans I know are not. Yeah, you know what it's like, LX Drums. Yes, let's go into vegan. Seafood smells bad, right? I mean, wow, Tanya, Arkansas dropped labor age. He suspects so children can work in poultry plants. Is this really what the United States is turning into now? Like employing young children to work long hours at dangerous jobs? Like, what the hell's going on? What is happening in my country? It just all seems to be falling apart. Like in this last past 5 years or so. First thing I have when I wake up in the morning, Uncle, nothing. If anything, I'll have a little bit of from Clean Machine, you know, my supplement company I like. So not mine, but I use the Clean Machine Green Protein. They have branch chain amino acids. I'll have a little bit of that or some of their N10S product. I don't know what it is, like a pre-workout thing. I'll have that before I go do my workouts, but I don't even do the full amount. I just do a little bit. This week I had a little bit of mocha a couple of days, a little tiny bit. It's this Califia mocha that we got at the market. Tastes like chocolate milk. I don't even taste the coffee in it, but I had a little bit of that before my workouts too, just to see what that would be like. Hey, Farmed and Dangerous, what's up? Respond to Alex Drums. Honestly, even before you were vegan, seafood didn't smell all that great. Yeah, I agree with you. Yeah, fish smells gross, right? It smells like stinky fish. Yeah, Calafia. It's an amazing product. It's this like weird shaped jar. It's some kind of mocha with I think oat milk or something like that. It tastes really good. It tastes like a really delicious chocolate milk. Bob, well, you're just describing yourself. I'm just telling you how I feel, and others are describing the same thing. Those of us who understand that it's completely wrong, it's unnecessary to have an animal suffer, be exploited its whole life, and ultimately slaughtered at an early age. It usually would live 5 times longer than it is before slaughtered, just so he can have a hamburger. So flesh is gross. If I see some human flesh being cooked, I'd gross out. If I see some cat or dog flesh being cooked up, I'd gross out. And why would a cow be any different? Why would cow flesh all of a sudden, ooh, how beautiful and nice? That's the same thing. Flesh cooked for eating by humans is a gross thing. Well, it's really tasty. Well, I mean, how is that an argument that it's tasty? That means it brings you pleasure. I mean, all sorts of horrible, despicable, rotten things can and do bring people pleasure. Doesn't mean that it's justifiable just because it brings you pleasure. Do you need me to cite some examples of horrible things that bring people pleasure? So you're saying, yeah, for you, having an animal suffer and be killed so you can have some pleasure justifies the animal suffering. Like that could justify rape for the person committing rape. They usually have some kind of pleasure, some kind of something from it, something they gain, some kind of positive feeling from it at the expense of the person that's their victim who's suffering. And in this case, yeah, with animals, the same thing. You have suffering, of innocent victim suffering. So just because you gain pleasure at the expense of someone else's, a sentient being suffering, doesn't justify it. Yeah, why am I tolerating this nonsense, Bob? This whole taste pleasure argument is horrible. I'm sure serial murderers feel some kind of sick pleasure when they go on their murder killing sprees. And why do they keep doing it? It makes them feel good. They must enjoy it in some way that we cannot fathom as non-sociopaths. Doesn't justify it. What are they going to tell the judge? Hey, judge, hey, it brought me pleasure committing murder against that whole family there, taking them all out. I was very pleased when I did it. So according to Bob Hill's logic, if something brings pleasure, if a person derives pleasure at the expense of innocent victims, it's okay. It doesn't work like that. Yeah, armed and dangerous. There's a really good chance that like cannibals, like what do you have? Which one there? Dahmer. Jeffrey Dahmer thought human flesh tasted good. I mean, I'm sure he derived pleasure from eating flesh. Is that an excuse for the judge? Hey, but I like the taste of it. It's really delicious. Doesn't matter because you killed someone. An innocent person's rights were violated in order for you to get pleasure. What about their rights as a human or a sentient non-human who deserves to not die, just so some person can have a little neuron fire off, give them some pleasure when they eat a hamburger or a human arm? Hey Kika, I apologize. I still haven't had a chance to get in touch with Demon Mama. I feel flaky. I think she's gonna think I'm a flake because I haven't followed up on getting back to her since she emailed me a couple months ago. Foo, you're getting brain fog. Andrew Bison raises a good point. This whole meat is tasty thing typically comes from the seasonings and spices that people put onto their meat. And you guys know it's from plants, right? It's not like spice from another animal or something like that. I'm getting warm in my little room now. I'm gonna have to get the AC in a little bit. Anyway, hey, Kay Farnan, you just pop on right now. Good to see you. Demon Mama is not an anti-vegan, right? Kika, she's he, she. I don't know what pronouns Demon Mama uses. She, I assume, I thought is a gamer and not an anti-vegan, but has debated some vegans before. And I was just going to have her come on and tell us, have her share her opinion. Am I using the right pronoun? About why she thinks veganism is some kind of elitist, privileged diet or something like that, which we all know is not true, and I will share my thoughts about that with her if we ever have that happening. Okay, she's an aspiring vegan. Okay, awesome. And that's her pronoun. She, okay, great. So we can talk more about that if she comes on. Maybe she knows more now than she did a couple months ago when I was first reaching out to her. What's that, VLNO? It's not taste pleasure? Well, that's what these people say. That Bob just said. He eats milk or meat because of the taste pleasure. The same kind of sort of pleasure that serial killers and rapists have too. Anyway, I'm not saying Bob's like a serial killer rapist. I'm just saying it's the same justification for the action. Pleasure can justify or doesn't justify immoral action. So anyway, it's not taste pleasure. It's satiation and feeling healthy. You don't drink water for taste pleasure. We're talking about eating, because satiation, you can get satiated from meat. I don't think anyone denies that. Put enough of anything in your belly. Put enough any food in there. As long as your belly's filled up, sufficiently, you'll be satiated. Bob Hill, Ryan, meat makes us happy. We are humans. We can do whatever we want. children and adults alike. No, you can't do whatever you want, Bob. Say what you want to do is illegal. Say you want to go out and murder people because you are a serial killer, or say you'd like to rape some lady or guy, whatever. I don't know what your thing is, Bob. I'm not sure. Anyway, say you want to rape a person. There's a victim involved. You can't do whatever you want. We don't live in an anarchic society. Anarchy. It's like, no, Bob, what you're saying there is just do whatever you want. Oh, what country has that sort of as a part of their legal system? Do whatever you want. As long as it brings you pleasure, it's cool. If you want to rape someone, awesome. If it brings you pleasure, we'll forget about the victim whose rights get violated by you deriving your pleasure from illegal, immoral behavior. It's okay. Yeah, but we as humans have agreed animals taste good to eat. I mean, who cares about agreement? So many years back, the United States government agreed it's legal and lawful to own slaves. You can have one slave, you can have 20 slaves, and you could do whatever the hell you want to them, abuse them all you want. We agreed as a country, slavery was totally fine, totally cool. Agreement doesn't mean anything. That's called it's a fallacy, Bob. I studied philosophy, as you may know. It's the appeal to the masses fallacy, something like that. Look it up. Yeah, something like that. Appeal to mass fallacy. Meaning if you can get like a lot of people, even a majority of people to agree to something, doesn't mean it's true. The whole like go back so many centuries and you'd have pretty much everyone saying, yeah, the earth is flat, and people think like that now, strangely, but not a majority. But you go back a few thousand years, yeah, the earth is flat, of course, doesn't make it right, didn't change the underlying fact, the objective fact that the earth is not flat. Indeed, it's a sphere. So having people agree to something doesn't mean anything. So yeah, you're saying more people will agree that eating meat is tasty than disagree with that because, vegans are just like maybe 2% of the population, perhaps. Yeah, you have more people agreeing with that. Doesn't make it wrong because by that same logic, slavery was totally awesome and morally beautiful a few hundred years ago in our country because the majority of people, at least in the South, thought it was fine. So nope, the appeal to mass fallacy doesn't work in this live stream, Bob. All right, so we answered your point, Bob. All right, like if there's enough people doing something and there's no laws, it's okay. It was okay and not wrong. What? Does anyone understand what Bob's trying to say here? Maybe I'm too tired from basketball day. I thought I explained myself clearly. Who cares if there's enough people doing something? Doesn't make it right. Let's say 51% of Americans had slaves, or at least thought slavery was totally fine, nothing wrong with it, totally cool, doesn't make it morally right. Do you understand that, Bob? Just because you have a certain percent of people or number of people that think something is cool doesn't make it cool. A lot of people can be delusional or wrong at the same time.
To the Ban Bob Hill already fun.
Farm to Dangerous tipped my contribution to the band Bob Hill already fun. All right, Bob, we're going to put you in timeout. Not just because I got that tip, but I was getting sick of it anyway. You don't seem to understand your fallacy that you're using. Who cares? Let's say, a certain percentage of people think rape is okay. Then that makes it okay then. That's how Bob thinks. Morality is determined by popular vote or something like that. Nope, it doesn't work that way. But thank you, Farm. Thanks for the super chat tip there. He's in timeout right now. Bob is in timeout. So you have 300 seconds, Bob, to understand why we put you in timeout there for. What's the best thing about being vegan? Asked Tim. Well, not harming animals. I mean, that's it. That's why I do it. It's to not harm animals. Not just not harm, but just not exploit animals, not participate in animal cruelty and exploitation because I like animals. I love animals. I don't want them to be slaughtered for me. That's why I do it. It's not for me. It's for the animals. I do it so other sentient beings are not being killed so little old Ryan can keep on eating food to stay alive. Nope, I can eat plants. That's why I like being vegan. Knowing that I'm not participating in that immoral, vicious, gruesome cycle. Yeah, Giovanni, exactly my point. Slavery was legal a few hundred years ago. that doesn't mean it was right. Just because something was legal, just because something was looked upon by a certain percent of people, let's say a majority, as being okay, doesn't make it right. Morality has nothing to do with people's voting. Like if enough people voted to say rape is okay, then we'll make rape legal. I mean, that's the same logic you have here. If enough people vote, hey, 51% of Americans will vote that rape should not be a crime, then, hey, open season, rape anyone you want. Doesn't work like that. I don't want to live in a society like that. If Bob wants to live in a society where laws can be determined by majority vote, you go there. I'm going to stay here. As flawed as the United States is, at least we don't have that kind of nonsense. So Flatlander Montgomery says, living your truth is the best thing about being vegan. Yes. Dawn, if I had to choose between fruits or vegetables to survive, on which would I pick? Well, probably fruits, because typically fruits are more calorically dense. I'm not sure how you would get enough food in just eating vegetables. And I'm speaking of I guess over long term that might not be that great, because you're missing out on some great nutrients in vegetables. So I'm saying if I had to survive, like if I was in a survival situation, I had to choose between infinite fruit or infinite vegetables, I would go for the fruits, because I want the energy to sustain myself until I get rescued from this bizarre island that has only one choice of fruit or vegetable that I can choose from and never switch around. What a weird thought experiment. Hey, Graham, as we're seeing in the news right now, too, a billionaire that has the right friends, like, say, a Supreme Court justice, who I shall not name, a billionaire can pay a Supreme Court justice to influence what is considered legal. So even at the highest levels at this country, what's considered legal isn't, determined by the most, virtuous means always. Bananas or coconuts, Uncle? Bananas, of course. Infinite durian? I mean, if I had to survive on durian, I guess I'd have to. Oh, Gianna, yeah, if you go with vegetables, I didn't think about that. I was thinking like broccoli and carrots. Yeah, beans, legumes and potatoes. Yeah, I guess those are considered vegetables. Yeah, if I found an island with infinite potatoes, yeah, I'd be set. I go, okay, cool. I can survive off all these infinite legumes or potatoes until I get rescued. I'm good. I'm not worried at all. Yeah, that would be fine. Yeah, if you had to, you could live on potatoes alone. I wouldn't recommend that, but yeah, if I had to wait a few months, a few years for a rescue plane or boat to find me, but I had infinite potatoes, I wouldn't be too worried about perishing. I might worry about other things, but as far as having food, that one would be handled. Hey, Kaz. Yeah, I'm surprised I didn't think about potatoes right then. Yeah, potatoes would be totally fine. They started a potato island. It's called Ireland. Hey, Graven, you're back. You had a tug of war with the pug. Oh, that sounds fun. Bob, what are you saying about slavery? Let's read Bob carefully here. Slavery was okay back in the day. What? What do you mean it was okay back in the day? So you're saying it was totally morally fine to own a human being or a family of human beings and do as you want with them. Make them do all your work, rape any of them that you want to. That's totally cool. Is that what you're saying? It's only people now that are against it. There's everything wrong. Is this an impersonator or is this really a person here? Because this sounds like trolling. Are you honestly arguing slavery is good, was good in the early United States? It's totally morally justifiable. Nothing wrong with that. It was totally fine. I'm going to ban or block him right now, but please, I want to hear him say yes.
Count me in on the Ban Bob Fund, too.
Let's say, in the founding of our country, you're saying it was morally fine to own a slave and exploit and rape them as your heart tells you to. Hey, Darth Vegan. Hey, thanks for the super chat tip there. Can I make a confirmation date to have a friendly chat with Demon Mama? I'll get back in touch with her. Okay. I mean, I can't give a confirmation date because I A, need to reach out with her. B, see if she's still interested. Then try to find a date. But I'll let you know if something happens there. And thank you, Atomic Vegan, counting on the Bob Fund as well. So let's see if Bob has anything to say about what he's putting out there. Like back in the day, the founding of our country, slavery was okay. It's just people now in these modern woke times that have problems enslaving people. But yeah, in the founding of our country, totally cool to own slaves, exploit them, rape them, beat them, kill them. You can do what you want with them. They're your property. That's what Bob thinks. Some human beings are the property of other humans. Am I hearing this or am I losing my mind here? Am I tripping on LSD? Is someone right now really arguing on my live stream that humans owning other humans as property is okay, but us modern woke humans are too woke or something like that? But it was totally fine in the past. I'm about to ban him. I'm just giving him one opportunity to justify that completely. I don't even have a word, an adjective or adverb for it, It's just so out there. Yeah, Giovanni, Bob, they had no basic human rights. They were property, no rights. The human owner could do what they want. They could beat their slaves. They could impregnate their slaves. They could kill their slaves as property. So you're saying that is totally fine, Bob. You're totally fine. If you were born into a slave, you're totally fine with the slave owner raping you and murdering you if he or she decided to. You think that is A-okay. That's morally totally acceptable in this world. Yeah, was that the real Bob? I don't think it was. I think it was a fake Bob. Anyway, Bob is gone. I think Uncle's already handled him. I don't think it was the impersonator person, because that impersonator person has a really peculiar way of constructing sentences. I don't think their first language is English, possibly. The Bob person seemed to construct things, his wording as a native English speaker. So I thought for a second, this is so weird, even for Bob. But I don't know. I'm confused, and we may never know now. Yeah, Bob does. What do you think, AJ? What do you guys think? AJ thinks that was the real Bob. Anyone else? I want to get your opinions on this. It was that because I'm a little confused, I have to admit. Well, do you guys think that was the real Bob? He seemed to speak like Bob. He didn't speak like that ESL person that comes by, makes new accounts every 5 minutes. It seemed like the real Bob. An AI Bob. He was drinking too much cough medicine. You're right, Graven. Either way, real or fake, whoever that person was, the real Bob Hill or not, whoever was behind those words from that account that we just saw, deserves to be banned. I agree with you 100% there, Graven. We're not some far radical wacko channel here. We don't tolerate just hateful speech like that. It sounded different from normal. Hey, I wonder who would impersonate him, because that other person I don't think has the ability to impersonate him. Heidi thinks Bob is usually more respectful, in your opinion, and has more depth conversations. It could be a drunk Bob. I don't know. Yeah, I'm confused. I'm honestly confused here. I have no idea what to think about it. Sometimes I think it's a real Bob. Sometimes I think it's a fake Bob. But whoever it was, they're banned. And we'll see if the real Bob comes back tonight or in the future. And we'll ask him, Bob, was that you last week that was talking about slavery? Because you shouldn't be here because we banned that person. Who the hell would want to pretend to be Bob? There's some real sick people that watch our live stream, Graham, believe it or not. You've seen a few of them here. Yep, Uncle, and hate speech is not free speech. My YouTube platform here is not a forum for any and all hate speech people to come and spew their nonsense and hate. The thumbnail is a different color too. Yeah, that's a good point, V. I kind of remember his thumbnail being purple. That was a fake Bob, huh? I think that's I'm leaning more now towards fake Bob. But that was a good faking. If they could have faked the thumbnail color, the avatar color, to what I remember was purple, I believe. He had purple before, right, guys? If so, I think that's the the slam dunk we need there to know which way to lean on as far as determining if that was a real Bob or not. Would I partake in prison reform? I don't know. How would I partake in that, Tim? I mean, what could I do? I'm a music producer and a vegan activist. So let me know what you think I could do as far as prison reform. Yeah, Bill, we had a fake you one time as well, huh? Yeah, John, you remember Bob being purple as well. I mean, I've seen Bob for so long. I think that was that troll that comes back every 5 minutes. I think he got lucky. Maybe he used ChatGPT to help clean up his language, to make it sound a little more intelligent and formal or something, just a little bit. He may have got a little assistance. I forgot, if not ChatGPT, there are other tools, some AI, some not, that can help with your wording and phrasing. So maybe he used something like that. That's probably what happened. And now I put it all together. I forgot about all the relatively new tools that people have now for constructing sentences and paragraphs. Tim, you think have prisoners eat vegan food in exchange for earning a living in prison? Huh. Tell me more. It sounds interesting. Yeah, if we can have more people eating plants, I'm down. If there's a way to leverage that in prison without having to be unethical for prisoners, yeah, I'd be down to hear more about that. Graven, why would anyone want to pretend to be Bob Hill? Because we have that troll that comes back every 5 or so minutes, and they probably thought, oh, they've impersonated other people before. They probably just picked Bob, and we fell for it too. We totally fell for the stupid argument. It wasn't an argument, the stupid example that person brought up. Hey Ryan, what do I think the White House saying there could be another recession? I don't know. I mean, I'm following the financial world a bit. Yeah, we're trying to fight inflation right now, but then you have to fight recession, a possible recession at the same time. I don't know what's going on. I don't think anyone does. What's that, Kika? Your job hardly ever has vegan options, and you work at a hospital. So your coworkers always complain how inconvenient that is. Wow, that sucks. Even a hospital, you think, would have something for you guys. That sucks. Sorry to hear that. Tim, am I in contact with any other vegan YouTubers? Not on any regular basis. I mean, I could reach out to some. I have a few vegan YouTubers in my contacts, but I rarely communicate with them. But I can if need be. But yeah, no one I'm in regular contact with. Just Angie. Yeah, let us reason. Yeah, housing's gone crazy, rent's gone crazy. Things like gas have been crazy. Yeah, it sucks right now. It's tough. That's good, Six, that the American Medical Association put out a statement encouraging hospitals to offer more plant food. Like, wow. I'm surprised, it sucks that they have to do that, put out a statement. AJ Vintage, there's an idea about that prison reform question. Prisoners eating a whole food plant-based diet might reduce crime because the inmates would be healthier. Phelan, you're heading to the pool? How nice. I didn't get a pool that you can go to. Talk to you guys next week. Have a great weekend, everyone. Wow, I'm jealous. I want to go to a pool. That sounds fun. Yeah, Graven, yeah, tell me about it. Taking the animals to the vet's expensive. I was talking about that earlier. I don't have the resources to help any more animals. If I see an injured duck, I can't take it on and help it and pay for its veterinary care. I can barely keep our animals going here. It's expensive. That's why I'm kind of thinking once my animals finally pass on, I'm never going to have any again. I'll have that much more money for my retirement, Ryan the duck protector. I know, that's like a vow that vegans take on to protect injured ducks. Yeah, I hear you, Graven. Yeah, I know. Yeah, we have to think about like flea medicine sometimes in the summer. I always don't want to do that, for many reasons. But when the cats are scratching, it's something to consider. Wow, $180 to buy 3 flea pills. Wow. Uncle, yeah, Angie mentioned there's going to be something like that BTS exhibition. Yeah, we saw the one they did that was 2-3 years ago in Los Angeles. That was fun. So yeah, if they do that again, we'll probably go back as long as the price ain't too nuts. Because BTS and their label are really, really good at extracting cash out of their fans. And as long as it's a reasonable price, I don't mind. But if it's unreasonable, as we're talking, money's tight, recession, inflation, all that. Got to really prioritize what you want to do, where you want to go. Yeah, I thought I heard something about that too, Vegan Ace. Thanks for bringing that up. There's been a study 20 years ago or so in jails that proved prisoners who ate a plant-based diet improved behavior. Like they're just not as violent or criminally minded or what have you. Yeah, something like that. They improved their behavior. So more reason. Yeah, I'd be interested in prison reform if they could put prisoners on a plant-based diet. The animals win. Many of the prisoners will win. Sounds like a great idea. I don't think it's unethical if they could opt into it, I don't know if you can force them, but if they opt into it, maybe reduce sentence, something like that. Give them something for it. Yeah. Yeah, Tanya, you bought meds for your new rescue dog. Prices are way up. Yeah, it's expensive. Everything is expensive now. Yeah, I'm with you, Samuel. I really resist as long as I can to giving our cats any flea medicine. It lays them out. We don't do it every year. Just some years it's really gnarly with the fleas everywhere. So, yeah, it's a last resort for sure. Yeah, it is kind of crazy fast how long they can create a new account, but it takes them some time, and it takes us way less time to ban them. So if people want to play that game, I don't know why you come every week. Why does this person find that the best use of their limited time on planet Earth, we're all going to die someday, the best use of their time on planet Earth is to come to a vegan live stream with about 85 viewers and create new accounts to constantly get blocked all the time? Like, how does that provide any pleasure in someone's head? I mean, what's going on? I mean, how does that like the best use of your time? I haven't heard of that, Samuel. Sam, you literally make hundreds of dollars sometimes? Like in a month? Is that what you're talking about? Like for rent or something like that? Or, huh, okay, I've never, here it kills fleas in carpet. Oh, we have hardwood floors. I don't think the fleas really like live in here too much, but they get in somehow. Like, and if I'm out in the yard, they'll attach onto me and I'll bring them in. I'm not sure where they go once they're in here, other than when they get lucky, they'll find a cat and then I guess reproduce or something like that. Yeah, Liberty, it's a really weird use of their time, huh? I think they just want attention, and that's why I have compassion. That's why I don't hate the person that's doing this. I don't want to go there and punch them in the face because I dislike them. I still have compassion for them. I know there's something sad and empty and missing in his or her life that brings him or her back every Friday night, creating fake accounts without me even acknowledging them anymore, typically. I just quietly ban them. I don't even say anything. Just quietly ban them and get back to talking to you guys. I don't know what pleasure it brings them, but it must fill some empty, sad, hollow part in their heart. So if I bring them pleasure by banning them every Friday night over and over and over again, if that keeps them happy and a smile on their face, mentally healthy, happy and all that, cool. I'm doing my little part in the world here. Tim Pickles, Panda Express. Let me see how I'm doing on the super chats here. Oh yeah, it looks like I could probably do some Panda Express tonight. Let me check this out here. Yeah, we could totally do some Panda Express tonight. Yeah, we didn't do any last week, I don't think. So yeah, I'm kind of, I miss Panda Express on Fridays. I really like going there now. It's like, pretty good deal. As soon as I order it on the phone, I mean, it says it's like ready in 10, 12 minutes. I mean, I can't even get my shoes on and get out of here and get there in 10 minutes. So it's like instantly ready. Earthquakes. We talking about earthquakes, Uncle? John Stevenhouse? Yeah, Long Beach had a big earthquake in the 30s. I hope to be gone before the next big one happens out here. That's why I want to move to another place. Doesn't have earthquakes. Don't have to get our house bolted and all that stuff. I just want to get out of here before all this bad stuff happens. Hey, Sweet Potato Sister, you are back. So tell us, what's the most coolest food thing you got tonight at the market? Pickup sticks. I don't know where local pickup sticks is. I'll look and I'll Google it. Aren't they usually in malls or something? Is that like a food court kind of place? Let me know. Let's see. Panda Express Fund. Thank you, Chris. It'll be vegan for sure. We get the same thing. I just hit reorder. It's a no-brainer. It's the chow mein, which is vegan, and the eggplant tofu thing, and some like thing of veggies like broccoli and stuff like that. So just get the same thing and over again. Trading earthquakes for volcanoes. Well, it depends what island you live on. Let us reason. On every island but the Big Island, there's no active volcanoes any longer, as far as I understand. Big Island has some active volcanoes, but really nothing really too threatening for the areas I'm looking at. Alex Drums. Oh yeah, Angie's been making a lot of new recipes for sure. I don't know what she's going to do with them. Make another ebook in the future or something. Fake Bill, what's that? Fake AH? What's going on here? Okay, we have a fake. Did you get them, Uncle, already? It looks like you did. Let's see. Hang on one sec here. All right, handled. I feel sorry for you, sad person. I know there's an empty hole in your heart there, and the only thing standing between you and complete despair in your life is hanging out with us on Friday nights and making these weird little accounts. So I'm glad we're providing you with some mental health service here, some positive feelings. I have compassion for you and your situation. Let's see, Kika, you had Demon Mama email me to have her on since I asked, and it sucks because I don't think you will. I know I will email her back, Kika. I'll give you my word, okay? Do you trust me? I give you my word. I will email Demon Mama back. So don't worry about me. Don't worry about you and trust and all that. It will happen. I will email Demon Mama back. Can't promise what will happen after that, but I will email her back. Do we have any more trolls now? Where's the troll at? Didn't we handle? Or are you guys talking about a new one? John, these streams sure do help you deal with things. Awesome, John. I'm glad. I like this great community. Now we have 98. I was 85 a few minutes ago. Now we have 98 people watching. So I'm glad. This is what I wanted to create here. A safe place where we can hang out and talk about any and all things vegan. And also a place where people who are not vegan and maybe even hate vegans will come and tell us why they dislike veganism, and we could discuss it in a critical thinking way rather than flinging poop way. But Uncle, yeah, you can ban these fake people. You don't even have to ask. You want, Uncle, can I ban agent? You're talking about the fake agent. Yeah, Uncle, that person that comes back every few minutes with a new account, I give you carte blanche. Yes, please ban those fake accounts. Yes, 100%. You don't have to ask. You have complete blessing, Uncle, to block that person that creates new accounts. Because I'm doing it anyway, so you're just helping me out. I don't have to turn sideways and get them. AJ, no, there is not a fake you. There was a fake you, but how could they fake you? First of all, you're a member, so you have the badge. They don't have your account picture there or anything like that. You know, it was totally obviously fake. So yeah, I banned them quicker than they could say that they have a sad life. Let us reason. Voodoo Donuts, what's that? That sounds good. Hey, Inner Bison, thanks for the Panda Express fund for tonight. Thanks, guys. I'm already getting hungry already thinking about it. I love their stuff now.
Panda Express fund, slightly smiling face.
Tim, I talked about it earlier. No, I'm not ever tempted by eating meat. The sight of meat to me is disgusting. It's analogous to when I see poop on the ground. Like, ooh, that's gross. I don't want to step on that. If I see someone with a burger, it's like, ooh, gross. That's like a dead piece of flesh there from an animal that didn't want to be killed. No, it's gross. Nothing appealing about me. I'm not using my strong willpower to resist or anything like that. No, it's easy. I can resist poop easily. Yeah, same thing. Yeah, Parth, hey, yeah, what did I get from Panda? Yeah, I just recount. I just hit reorder all the time, so forgive me if my recalling of it's kind of off, but it's a chow mein dish, all vegan, no animal products in it. And then they have a tofu eggplant dish, all vegan, no animal products in it, and some kind of like steamed, I think, veggies thing. It's got like different like things like broccoli and maybe bok choy or something like that. I'm not sure, but yeah, we just get that every time. Just hit reorder and go pick it up like 10 minutes later. Sweet potato sister, you agree? It's definitely like poop. It is. That's the best way I can describe it to people who ask, especially non-vegans or anti-vegans. It's like poop. Like, would you want to eat poop? I mean, you probably feel disgusted when you see poop on the floor. Like, ooh, gross. Not disgusted, but, you know, ugh. That's how I feel when I see meat on someone's plate. Like, ugh. When I see a Burger King ad or an Arby's ad on YouTube, like, ugh, gross. Like, why are they always pushing their lifestyle onto us, you know, meat eaters? Because they say that about vegans, right? I don't put any of the sauces on Lettuce Reason. I think they include some sauces, but I just eat it straight out of the box, basically. I mean, we take it out of the box, dump it on plates, but that's that. Oh, man, too bad you guys don't have Panda Express. They are a nationwide chain, so hopefully you will find one soon if you haven't, because I was surprised how many Panda Expresses there are. Tim Pickles, thoughts on Australia? I love Australia. I've never been there. It's on my bucket list, somewhere I'd like to visit. And I was even thinking about moving there, because you guys know I'm thinking about sometime in the next few years moving somewhere and staying there forever. And Australia was on my list, but not any longer. It looks like it'd be quite a lot of money and pain in the butt. Getting all my stuff there and be getting a visa and everything. I'm just going to move somewhere where I'm already a citizen of that country. Yeah, Robert Bird, I know. Those are typically Asian restaurants that display the seafood, the living seafood. If I moved to Australia, my money would be worth more. Yeah, there's just problems becoming a citizen, getting a visa and all that stuff. I don't think I meet the income requirements. Plus, I like my plan of Hawaii in the future, but yeah, I am tempted by Australia a little bit. If something falls through with Hawaii, I'll strongly consider Australia again. Hey, Inner Bison, welcome. Thanks for joining the Happy Fam. Awesome, cool, thank you. How many citizenships do I have? Just the United States. That's it. I'm like, you know, regular person with just one. VL, now, there is no way that a non-vegan pizza still doesn't smell good. What do you mean? I don't know. I don't go by any non-vegan pizzas, to be honest with you. So I don't know. But if there's a piece of meat on there, it's going to gross me out. I can't say I can smell cheese from a distance, but I usually can smell dead animal bits from a distance. Hey, Vic R. Hey, thank you so much for that very generous super chat tip there, Vic. Let's see what you say here. I am so tired of seeing, oh, that guy, Fav City. I did a response to him like a year or two ago. Tired of seeing his propaganda on your Facebook feed. That's unfortunate. That's getting pushed to you. That guy is a fake and a fraud. Yeah, that's why I say this YouTube channel is not hosted by a grifter or a sociopath or a narcissist, and he might be all three of those. Claims grains are poison. Poison, really? Where's the science that shows that people who consume grains are dying of some kind of poisonous reaction? But bacon, which is known as a group 1 carcinogen by the World Health Organization, the highest level. It's not like a maybe, it might be a probable carcinogen like just non-processed meats are. Those are group 2A. It's on the same level of certainty as, like, say, nicotine and other known poisons. So yeah, it's funny. Yeah, eating the grains, that's poison, right? But yeah, eating a group 1 carcinogen, same level as nicotine or cigarette smoking, I should say. Yeah, that makes no sense. Such grifters will say whatever they want. They don't have to back up their bizarre, outrageous claims with any evidence. You could say whatever you want, you know, whatever. They're under no onus. There's no FDA requirement or anything like that. It sucks. But thanks so much for that tip there. And I'm so sorry to hear that you're getting pushed as crap. Can you block it? Or is it coming from many sources? No, Stacy Webster, grains are not pure sugar, especially if we're talking whole grains like brown rice. It's wrapped in something known as fiber. In fact, if you look at like diabetes rates amongst people who eat the most grains, like say in Vietnam and Asia, they have lower diabetes rates in Vietnam than they do. And I pick Vietnam because they consume more rice per capita than anywhere in the world. Last time I checked, if not number 1, they're number 2. They're up there. But Americans here in the United States, we eat way less grains per capita, and we have higher rates of diabetes. So if what you're saying were true, there should be some real world results that confirm your hypothesis or your assertion there. And nope, the people that consume the most grains, as most sugar, they have the lowest rates of diabetes and obesity compared to us obese Americans here. 2 out of 3 of American adults is overweight or obese. And like I said, our diabetes rates are much higher compared to the Asian nations who eat tons of rice every day as a staple. No, I'm not incorrect. Here, you can watch a video where I showed the exact studies in science in question. Hang on one second here. Let's go to our channel. You just can't come and gaslight me here. That's an offense here. No gaslighting. So let's go to our videos here and look up grains. And we can check this out together a little bit if you like here. Let's see. I'm not sure which of these videos. I don't have it handy. I guess a lot of videos I've made. Let me type in rice instead. I am not sure which one was the video I have in mind here. But you can look up the science yourself. If you come back next Friday, I'll have it ready for you. Wow, I guess we've talked about rice so much that it's not coming up. Oh, I think it's this one here.
So this old idea that eating fat makes you fat, it's actually backwards. Eating carbohydrates in excess.
This is what you believe, right?
Fat.
Hey, this is Ryan of Happy Healthy Vegan. Here's the South Asian diet here.
Yes. And it's been seen in South Asian populations.
Oh, here we go. Let's check it all out here. Let's watch this together.
I would say in many people is killing us. And
not high carb. Here we go.
The cycle of glucose spikes, insulin release, drop, hunger, fat storage of the glucose is what I would say in many people is killing us. And it's been seen in South Asian populations mercilessly. They're very sensitive to this.
I cannot believe I'm hearing this coming from a medical doctor, that Southeast Asians their health's being devastated by high carb diets. Well, let's see who eats the most rice in the world per capita. A lot of people in Southeast Asia, namely people in Vietnam, eat the most rice in the world per capita. So according to the Z-Dog's theories, we should see all sorts of horrible disease and obesity.
You watching, Stacy?
In the
Listen
United
and learn.
States, where we don't even make the top 10 rice eaters, we have over 35% of our adults obese. In Vietnam, 1%. The lowest rate of adult obesity in the world.
1%.
The fact that excess carbohydrates can lead to an insulin-resistant state where insulin promotes other types of inflammation that are bad in terms of heart vessel, so cardiogenic, triglycerides circulating, cardiogenic problems like atherosclerosis, heart disease, etc.
Listen, so you heard it here first, guys. Eating a diet high in carbohydrates, carb-rich plants will cause you to get heart disease. Well, this flies in the face of everything known about the causes of heart disease. In fact, it's been shown that plant-based diets, which means eating a bunch of carbohydrates, not only protects one from heart disease, it actually reverses.
So you can watch this video if you want, Stacy, on your own. I'll give you the link here. 1 second. Rice video. You can check it out all you want. I just put it down in the comments down there. But anyway, you're asking, Stacy, well, where's the fat and protein in rice? Well, it does have all three macronutrients, but who's saying eat only rice? No one is suggesting that. So yeah, I like to eat rice, but I consume it with other things. Like say the other night, let's look at our book here. We just had this, 2 days ago. It's the first recipe in the Happy Healthy Vegan Cookbook. Look how horrible this rice dish is. There you go. Where's your protein and fats? Right here. There's wild rice, which is a really nutritionally packed type of rice. And look at all these legumes here. If you want some extra, if you're looking for some more protein than what's just in rice, we got it here too in the legumes. The kale provides extra macronutrients, like iron or something like that. I'm not a nutritionist, but it's all here. Everything's all right here. So no one's saying eat only rice. Who? Tell me, Stacy, who in the world is talking about eating rice? Stacy, I'm going to have to warn you. I'm going to put you in a timeout here. Livestream Rules. When trying to debunk veganism, number 3, look here, Stacy. When trying to debunk veganism, I will discuss only one of your claims at a time. What you're doing is you keep bringing up new claims. You're throwing poop on the walls. First, you said something about, rice? Now you're talking about where's the fat in there? Now you're talking about some other thing. No, just bring up one claim at a time. I will not allow you to keep bringing up claim after claim. Well, okay, Ryan settled that one pretty convincingly. Let me fling another poop on the wall and see if that sticks. No, one claim at a time. Give me your best argument. See, you've just flung a new poop on the body. Destroy my body. Shall we look at my blood tests, Stacy? I'll allow you to throw this last poop, but I'm forewarning, don't bring up any other claims or I'm just going to block you. Would you like to see my blood test? Because that's how we can tell if my body is being destroyed. Would you like to see me slam dunking at age 55? I'll show you my videos, So if my body were so wrecked by eating rice for my whole life, basically, because I'm Asian, I should have some horrible diabetes, right? Is that what your theory says? Since I'm eating all this sugar from rice, I should have diabetes. Well, you want to see my markers. There's hemoglobin, A1C, and fasting glucose. Would you like to see those markers on a blood test? I have my blood test videos up here. I just did one last year in November. Would you like to see that? We'll look at those 2 markers there and see if my body's been destroyed, as your theory predicts. Eating rice destroys your body, even though people in Asia aren't getting destroyed. I'm not. I've been vegan since 2010, Stacy. Over 12 years, 12 and a half years roughly. You want the numbers? All right, gladly. Let's go take a look, Stacy. And then what will you say once I show you the numbers? Will you actually change your opinion, or are you going to try to gaslight us some more? Okay, let's see, 12-year vegan blood test. Here we go.
If you're vegan and you're eating a vegan diet, you need to have
on?
a perfect vegan diet to be healthy. You need to know what you're doing in terms of supplementation and how to meet the nutrient needs that aren't being met through diet.
Hey, this is Ryan of Happy Healthy Vegan. So If you look at this past blood test from 2013, 3 years into my vegan line, and for protein, you can look at 2 markers,
Not protein deficient.
and
Let's look at
albumin.
that.
Am I pronouncing that right, guys? Let me know down below. I don't know much about what albumin is, but I know it's a marker for having sufficient protein, from what I understand. Blood test. My fasting glucose, you want to be below 100.
Here we go.
And I'm at 88, which is usually where I'm at all the time.
Not
Never been even
diabetic.
close to 100 for fasting glucose. And hemoglobin A1C, anything below 5.7 is fine. But once you're above that, you're in pre-diabetic, and once you're above 6.4, that's a marker for diabetes. And I've been stuck at 5.5 for many years. I think I just had a blood test last week, and I think I'm at 5.4 now. So what do you think there, Stacy? All the we can keep going on. I can show you my B12, all that. What do you think, Stacy? You said veganism. Okay, now you're flinging another poof. First of all, Stacy, you said veganism destroys the human body. Now you're saying it destroys the planet. You violated my basic simple rule here of not flinging poop somewhere. Just flinging poop. Rice destroys the body. Veganism destroys the body. Veganism destroys the world. You're just flinging poop on them all. How come you are completely unable? Is it because all the meat you eat, Stacy Weber? Does all that meat prevent you from thinking critically and being able to follow just the most basic thing here? If we're going to discuss why veganism is wrong, bring up one example, one argument, and just argue the hell out of it like you really believed in it, but you don't have any conviction. You just fling a poop on the wall, and we move on to another poop. And we're not a poop cleaning facility here. That's not what we do on the Friday live streams. We entertain people's examples or arguments, but we don't allow poop flinging. Is it because you eat so much meat, your brain is clogged, and you're unable to think clearly enough to produce a simple example for us? But all you can do is just fling poop at me. Is that what's going on? All right, so anyway, thanks, guys. We'll move on from there. Thanks for moderators for handling this person, because obviously she cannot understand our basic rule here. Number 3, when trying to debunk veganism, bring up one claim at a time, one example, one argument, one whatever, and we will take a honest look at it. But if you keep flinging poop, I'm gonna kick your ass out of here. It's funny how I said, okay, let's show the numbers. And I knew once I showed the numbers and showed I wasn't diabetic, wasn't deficient, it still wouldn't change Stacy's mind. These haters, facts are irrelevant. Opinions are unchanging. Facts don't mean anything. They'll just try to gaslight it in some other way or fling a new poop and try to distract us from how we just showed that the numbers prove I'm not diabetic. And I haven't been diabetic the whole time or pre-diabetic the whole time I've been vegan. It's funny how facts are irrelevant in this modern age. Just opinions are all that matters. Everyone has an opinion. Facts, damn those facts. Those pesky facts. Stacy started the vegan movement 6 years ago. I didn't catch that, Jill. Did she really say that? Stacy started the vegan movement 6 years ago? I thought she said she was vegan in 1989 or something. I didn't even give a crap about, like, what does that matter, you know? Yeah, gaslighting is the worst. And I call out gaslighters for what they're doing because they need to get called out. Yeah, Bill, responding to our ban, Stacy, if you are a licensed nutritionist, then you would understand anecdotes are not evidence. Even though I was showing an anecdotal story, but I'm just showing I should be wrecked. I'm Asian. I've been consuming a lot of rice my whole life, and as a vegan, 12 plus years, been consuming a lot of rice. If anyone should have diabetes here, it should be me. She showed in all caps how she started the movement. Oh God, Graham, I wish I had saw that Stacy started the vegan movement. I didn't know. So she's like the Vegan Society or something like that. She came up with the definition of veganism. Wow, I didn't know we had like royalty in our house here tonight. Wow, I feel bad that we blocked such a vegan dignitary. Wow. as far as supplementing, I see a little debate here with Michael and Liberty Vegan. Yeah, I mean, my first 5 years as a vegan, I didn't take any supplements, but I wasn't doing it in an irresponsible manner. I was getting my blood tested like every 12, 18 months, so I could monitor if I was deficient in anything. But after 5+ years, even though I still wasn't deficient in anything, I started taking a B12 supplement, and it went from being like 500 to like 700, 800. Eventually, I got over 1,000. But anyway, yeah, you can get by for, I don't know how long. I got by at least 5+ years, over 5 years without any supplements. I wouldn't recommend that. And that's why I started taking a supplement, just to be a good example. Just because I was doing fine without a supplement, I didn't want everyone to say, oh, look at Ryan. He does not take a supplement, so I'm not going to take one. Well, you might need to. Your internals and everything are different than mine. Who knows? So I just did it to be a good role model, because I know whether I like it or not, I'm a role model to some, or at least people will follow my example to some degree. If I say I don't take supplements, some people might think I'm saying don't take supplements, and I'm not saying that or anything. So anyway, I just wasn't taking them at the time because I knew I didn't need to, but I'm taking them now, and take supplements. Michael, I said my diet did not require supplements. I said I took them to be a good role model. Michael, do you understand the difference there? I took them because people were watching our content. We had way more viewers back then. We'd get like 10,000 views on a video easy. I wanted to make sure the information I was giving, since I'm not a licensed nutritionist or a medical doctor, which you are not as well, Michael, I wanted to make sure what I was doing here as an example would be a healthy example for anyone who is following what we're doing. Even though we don't tell people to follow what we're doing, we're not saying, hey, we're living the greatest life and the healthiest people imaginable. Do what we're doing, because we have it all figured out. We don't. We're not experts. We're simple artists here. Hey, Dr. Bear, you had to leave to get dinner. Michael, yes, I know my body requires B12, and that's why I was monitoring B12 in my blood test for the first 5+ years as a vegan, Michael, and I didn't take any supplements because my B12 was really high. Michael, you're a bio? That's awesome. What is a bio? Yeah, a bio? That's a thing, huh? A bio. Oh, Michael, I don't know how to get my on a blood panel, like when my doctors prescribe blood panels, I can ask for things. I've had my testosterone measured. That's not standard. You have to ask for that. Things like ApoB. I'm not sure how to get a omega-3 fatty acid test or anything like that. And I don't know anyone that does. Meat eaters, vegans alike, don't get their omega-3s measured on blood panels. Typically, I don't know how it's done. So who knows who's deficient on omega-3 fatty acids. I know I consume a nice amount of omega-3 fatty acids. I've ground flaxseed in my smoothies. I'm eating nuts quite often, like every day. So I'm getting a really well-balanced plant-based diet. But let's say, Michael, for example, that it was absolutely necessary to take a supplement on a vegan diet. Let's just say you're right, Michael. Let's just go with your thought there that you have to do it, and without which horrible things would happen. You get sick, you would die. Well, let's look at why people are vegan. It's not, you're making it like some kind of health movement or something like that. That's not what veganism is. Oops, 1 second here, guys. Veganism is a stance against animal cruelty and exploitation. I don't know if you know what the definition of veganism, maybe you think it means a way of living which seeks to create the ultimate health experience or the optimal health of humankind or something like that, trying to emulate the diet of ancestors. I don't know what you're thinking is, but it's a stance against animal cruelty and exploitation. I find it absolutely immoral and repulsive and disgusting that humans require 80 billion animals to be bred into existence every year and then slaughter them so people can consume hamburgers or what have you. So veganism is a stance against that. We live a life that's in accordance with our ethical beliefs. Since we believe it's wrong to consume animals, we don't
consume them. We consume plants. So if my bottom line here, Michael, if it were, say it were absolutely necessary to take a B12 supplement or whatever in order to not have any deficiency issues as a vegan, I would do it. If that's what it takes so that animals aren't being killed for me and I can maintain excellent health by not eating animals, count me in. I don't care. B12 supplements, cheap, easy. What's the deal? What's wrong with taking a B12 supplement, Michael? Because I can show you some more stats here. 40% of Americans, not vegans, Americans, Michael, 40% of Americans are either deficient or dangerously low in B12. And normal meat-eating Americans we're talking about, they're eating their meat, dairy, eggs, what have you, they're still either deficient or low in B12. They need to take supplements. So if most meat eaters should probably be taking a B12 supplement anyway, what does that say about your diet? You're bagging on vegans needing to take a B12 supplement. Well, most Americans should probably be taking one anyway. So B12 is not something to like debunk veganism on. I just showed you. I don't care if I had to take a supplement, I would, but even you guys need to take them typically anyway. Okay, so anyway, plants are killers? Who's saying plants are killers? Be joking. Do we have another person here claiming that plants kill people? Please explain to me why after 12 and a half years of eating only plants, I haven't been killed yet by a plant. I want to hear this one. Yeah, Giovanni, even most non-vegans should be taking a B12 supplement because they're deficient or dangerously low. So don't blame this on vegans or something like that. Yeah, Jill Holland, the best time to be vegan is now. We take B12 supplements instead of eating insects. It's just like, yeah, if that's all it takes, taking a B12 or maybe a D supplement in order to not have animals die every day so I can keep on living, yeah, sign me up. That sounds like an amazing trade-off. Let's see, Evelyn, I was bringing about, I mentioned how I get my tests done at LabCorp or sometimes Quest Diagnostics. So you're saying you can get omega-3 tested through the company Complement. Okay, yeah, I'll never heard of them, but yeah, I'd like to get omega-3 tests. It would be interesting for sure. Michael, I'm not trying to debunk veganism. I try the he Inuit lived fully animal-based with no supplements, and they weren't cruel. What? I don't understand. But why are you bringing up the Inuit for? What does being vegan, which is not exploiting animals, have to do with Inuits? What does that have to do with anything? Are you Inuit? Why? It seems kind of irrelevant. Can you explain to me why we're bringing up Inuits? Because I'm just telling you, I'm vegan. I've been taking a B12 supplement, not because I was deficient, because I wanted to. And animals aren't being killed for me. So why bring up the Inuit for? What does it have to do with anything that you're talking about here? Because I'm not seeing the connection. Maybe I'm stupid. A lot of people think so. So please help me. Explain why you're bringing up the Inuit for. Okay, so Graham, I think America, the city of Loma Linda, that's here in California, has one of the highest rates of longevity. Yeah, it's where it's Seventh-day Adventist community. And I saw that Farmed and Dangerous. You live in California, Farmed and Dangerous? You live near Loma Linda? You're in Southern California? You and Lynn? Really? I thought you guys were somewhere far away. I live very close to it, and it's true. Their major supermarkets have tons of vegan options. I didn't know you were a Californian. Okay, so AJ's saying you think Mike's argument is that Inuits can't go grow crops. Okay, so you're saying they can't be vegan? Okay, all right, so what? So let's just say Inuits can't be vegan. I don't know. Let's just go with that. Let's assume that to be true, even though it might not be. Let's assume Inuits, it's impossible for them to be vegan. So how does that affect me? How does that affect Michael? Unless Michael's living up in, do you live up in the Arctic, Michael? Do you live on the fringes, the extremes of the environment or something like that? Why even bringing them up? If they can't grow crops, you're saying you can't grow crops? Again, why bring up the Inuits in the first place, Michael? To me, I'm still not seeing the connection. All right, you brought an example of people that can't grow crops. Therefore, we need the conclusion. Why are you bringing them up for? I'm not understanding. Again, help me out. Pretend I'm stupid. I don't understand anything. Make it very simple for me and everyone else to follow here. Oh, you guys are in the farm to Days. You're in the San Bernardino Mountains. Oh my God, I feel sorry for you guys, man. That must have been a horrible winter for you. I mean, it's horrible for us down here on the flatland, but you up in the mountains getting 12 feet of snow up there. Oh my goodness. Hope you guys are okay, right? Yeah, be jokish. We should not use the hard life of others, like say Inuits living in the frozen tundra, as an excuse why us who live here, where our supermarkets and plants, as a reason why you can't be vegan. That's why I love it. I can't be vegan because I read about the Inuits that live up by the polar regions. Okay, how does that affect you in any way, that there's some people that you read about that you don't know that might not be able to be vegan because they live on the extreme edges of the environment? How does that make any relation to you? That's funny. You didn't know where Lynn's car was? You had an idea of roughly where it was? Yeah, I was just watching some footage today how the mountains out here in Southern California got some snow yesterday, and they're showing what it looks like now yesterday and how that looked like 3 months ago. It's not night and day. It's nothing like that, but it looked, just a reminder of how gnarly and insane it was. We've never seen anything like that. I've lived in California my whole life. I never remember a winter where it was 12 feet of snow in our local mountains here. It's just crazy. Michael's back. All right, so Michael, let's see, what's up? Because why'd you bring up the Inuit? Because eating animals is not necessarily cruel. Well, here's the whole point, Michael. Veganism is a choice. If you have access to plants, supermarkets, which the Inuits don't, it's like being trapped on a desert island. If you're on a desert island, you can't call up Instacart. You can't have Uber Eats deliver food to your home. You can't do a bunch of things. You're limited, and Inuits are also in a limited situation. But how does that affect you, Michael? You don't live up in the polar bear or the polar Arctic Circle or anything like that. You don't live in the polar bear. You don't live in the Arctic Circle. How come you're using people that you read about that live in an extreme situation as a reason why you can't go vegan? They have no choice. Yeah, if I were trapped on a desert island, I might be forced to look for shellfish or something like that so I don't end up dead. I don't have a choice. There's no supermarket. But you have a choice. So again, why are you bringing up people that don't have a choice, like say the Inuits, or bring up the Donner Party, who talk about snow, trapped in a snowstorm, had to resort to cannibalism in order to not all die. Why bring up people in extreme situations, extreme circumstances that you'll probably never find yourself in your lifetime, if you're lucky? God forbid if Michael were to end up in the Donner Party or something like that. Why are you bringing these extreme situations up as to why people who have all the choices in the world with supermarkets can't be vegan? I want to hear this explanation. Yeah, just because people can live off animals like the Inuits doesn't mean you should. They don't have any choice. They probably can't go to the market and get bananas and beans and who knows. I've never shopped in an Inuit area before. I don't know. I don't think Michael's ever been to one either. But from what I understand, they do have stores and stuff. It's not just all hunting, all romantic hunting on the ice or something like that. I think that age is kind of come and gone from what I understand. But I've never been there. And Michael's probably never been there either. Mr. Bio. Yeah, Uber Eats via snowmobile, huh? Let me see your snow situation there, farm. At one point, the front of your house looked like
the Verdun, France in World War I. I couldn't plow a path, just carve trenches to make our way out. I saw people doing that. Like, yeah, I saw it on the news. Let's see, what's Dr. Bear saying to Michael? Of course, eating animals is cruel. Why do you think it's possible to eat animals without cruelty? Because I would know if I were trapped in a desert island and I had to hunt for some shellfish or bivalves, I would know it's cruel. I wouldn't want to do it, but that's the only option I have to not die. And maybe the Inuit might be in a position kind of like that. I don't know. But Michael doesn't live like that. We don't live like that. So why is he bringing up people like that have limited choices as far as survival goes, where Michael doesn't have to concern himself with survival? He just calls Uber Eats or goes to the store. It's amazing. I can't believe how often on my live streams here, we get these people that claim that they go out in nature and hunt their own animals and eat only that. Like, you never go anywhere else. You're one of these people that just hunts their own. How come they all end up on my little channel here? Me and Angie's little channel here. I have 75 viewers right now. It's amazing how almost every other week we get some guy who claims he's a what's the word I'm looking at? Sustaining subsistence hunter, eats one animal a year, doesn't go to Arby's or McDonald's. That's totally, I find that so hard to believe. And even if it's true, I'm not saying it's not true. I just pointed out the irony, how they find their way to happy, healthy vegan live streams. It's amazing. It's like an improbable miracle of statistics that this happens so often, because I know there's not that many of you guys out there, but you find your way here and share this with us. But there's still, it's unnecessary to kill a living sentient being in order to survive. That's the point you're missing there. You're killing an innocent deer. It doesn't want to die for you, Michael. The deer didn't say, hey, I want to be your dinner, bro, so freaking shoot me right here and I'll just die and you can eat me tonight. I'll be so rad, and you can eat me next month too if you want. You're killing an innocent being. We can just eat some friggin' plants. You're not an Inuit. Do we have a new all caps person? Let me see. Man, we were having fun at the end here. Hey, Michael, Superbacker. So Jill is sharing her story here. Michael, I grew up on a cattle farm, but am vegan now. Just because we had access to all the beef we wanted doesn't mean it's the most optimal food for humans, which is foods grown from the grounds. And it's not only a case of optimal, it's a case of cruelty. Exploitation. And that's what veganism is. Again, let's show Michael the definition of veganism. It's a stance against animal cruelty and exploitation. So he points out, yeah, maybe some animals might get harmed in producing my potatoes or something like that. Well, that's unintentional. There's no cruelty and exploitation in a truck delivering to the supermarket, delivering not just potatoes, but delivering steak and whatever, vitamins to the market. It might run over a gopher or something like that. It's just incidental. We don't live in a perfect world. In fact, when Michael drives to go hunt his one elk per year, he probably could drive over an animal too. And when he goes to the store to buy a shoe, he could run over an animal too. Veganism is against animal cruelty and exploitation. So there's no exploitation if there's some incidental, accidental harm. I mean, if we had to be concerned as vegans about incidental and accidental harm, we could never leave the house. Like I said, I could run over an animal tonight when I'm going to Panda Express. I might run over, who knows, a mouse or a rat. Who knows? We don't know. But there could be some accidental killing. But we can't live like that. Graham, it's cable TV's fault for having so many of these survival shows. People have this fantasy, I'm going to live off the land with my gun. I'm going to shoot one deer per year and live off that. It's like, no one does that. I mean, not to say no one, very few people do that. And I'm not convinced that anyone that comes to my live stream here and tells me that is telling the truth, because it's just so statistically improbable that they would keep finding me like every other week. Yeah, all those bugs in my windshield. I'm sure going to hit a bug. If I don't hit a gopher or a rat or a mouse, I'll probably hit a bug, lettuce reason, right? Again, we're against animal cruelty and exploitation. No one is exploiting the rat or the gopher that may or may not get hit by my car or the Whole Foods delivery truck or the Uber Eats guy or whatever, or the bugs on my windshield. They're not being exploited, just accidental. Oops. Yeah, Bill, the key is intent. I mean, when you see a hunter shooting an innocent animal, you see the intent of the hunter, and you also see the intent of the animal to get away. It doesn't want to die. It doesn't sit there. Yeah, I really want to die for Michael because Michael's such a cool guy. I want him to eat me and get all my nutrients so he can live tomorrow. No, they don't think that. You see the intent. Intent is to kill and to not be killed. Nothing like that when you're eating plants. Yeah, animal might get harmed accidentally, might not, don't know. But you know when you shoot a deer, it dies. Assuming you have a good shot, you hit it. If you hit it, kill it, it's dead. It's you can't eat it without killing it. Giovanni, Ryan, they expect us to live like the Bird Box movie. What's that? I want to see that. I want to see this example. Tim, have I ever been in trouble with the law? No, I have not. Put my book away here. No, never gone to jail. Barely ever really gotten pulled over or anything. No warrants or nothing like that. Michael, I wish we could have an adult and fact-based discussion about these topics. We are. I'm telling you, why are you bringing up the Inuit for? You are not an Inuit. You don't live on the edge of the environment. You have access to Uber Eats and Instacart and supermarkets and liquor stores and bodegas, farmers markets, you name it. You have access to the food system of the world. But you're bringing up Inuits for. This is not an adult, honest discussion. You're basically saying, I won't be vegan or I can't be vegan because of Inuits. That's what I'm hearing. If I'm misunderstanding your argument, please correct me. And you said, well, you live off one deer. Yeah, you're intentionally harming a sentient being, and you try to say vegans might harm a gopher. Well, it's not intentional. There's no exploitation and cruelty in driving to the market and maybe running over a rat or driving to miniature golf and running over a rat. Who knows? You can hit an animal going anywhere. A bus can hit it. If you don't want to take the responsibility yourself and let a bus drive you, they can hit it too. There's going to be accidents. It has nothing to do with veganism. Veganism has nothing to do with accidents. Look at the definition again. It has nothing to do with accidents. It's against we're against animal cruelty and exploitation. It says nothing about accidents. Tim, can you smoke a joint with us sometimes? I don't know. I have no idea. Jill, you're right, Ryan. The cruelty factor is the basis for veganism. You made your comment because we were raised to believe we need to eat animal products to be healthy, which isn't true. I'm glad you brought up that point, Jill. I wasn't disputing. I wanted to add on top of what you said there. Yeah, we're all on the same page, Jill, for sure. AJ Vintage says to Michael that he's being disingenuous. She says, we are giving you facts, but you are rejecting them. And we're also giving you critical thinking, and you're ignoring or rejecting that as well. All we're hearing is the Inuits, and you shoot one deer a year or something like that. Like, again, how does that have anything to do with veganism? Yeah, Robert Bird, most of the population is not in a survival situation. Most of the population has access to some kind of food supply, some food system where you can access food. Yeah, Uncle, here's a great point. Yeah, if Michael's pissed off at us, here's what Uncle says. There's a real difference when someone asks a question about veganism between them being seriously interested and them just taunting us. Yeah, I shoot one deer per year and I live off that. Like, you never go to a market. That's all. You're a carnivore. You eat no plants. You have scurvy. You have no plants. You never go out with your friends to a restaurant. It's funny how these people, don't do any of that. Just eat one deer a year, no vegetables, no nothing, no fruits, just one deer, and never go to restaurants with friends. I don't buy that BS for 1 second. And I don't think anyone here does either.
Viet Moyman, the Inuit get airplane deliveries. And I bet airplanes can carry plants, right, Viet Moyman? What? No. I didn't see that one, Dr. Bear and Inner Bison. Yes, I'd love to hear a source for his ridiculous claim that there's enough land in just Montana, one single state, Montana, for every American to eat exclusively grass-fed beef. That's ridiculous, because I have a video. Would you like me to put that up here for you, Michael? I'll paste the link, or we could watch it together where I calculate how many Earths would be required for all people, not just Americans, but all people all across the planet to eat exclusively grass-fed beef. And you would need, and it's easy to do. You can see how much landmass there is, how much of that landmass is arable, and calculate how much landmass one cow needs, and multiply by how many cows we would need to feed 8 billion humans. I have all the math there. The maths are there, and I used very conservative estimates when having to make decisions. We would need minimum 3 Earths to accomplish that, and it's probably going to be more like 4 or 5 Earths, but at least 3 Earths using the most conservative numbers in my estimates. So I found it really hard to believe that Montana has enough landmass to feed every American, considering we need 3 Earths to feed every planet Earth human. Sorry about that, guys. What's that, Farm to Dangerous? I also have an issue with his comments on how the discussion should only be about facts and figures. Well, we kept it to, there's not only facts and figures, I agree with you, but I mean, there's also critical thinking and evidence, which I was presenting. But anyway, I presented, anyway, let's continue on. Life is about more than numbers and statistics. Your soul and beliefs matter. Yeah, your beliefs, that it's wrong to kill an innocent sentient being. Yeah, how do you quantify that in numbers and math? Where's the mathematical formula that proves, like a geometry theorem proves, like a right angle, whatever. Okay, I was going to try to like do some isosceles triangle crap. Anyway, forget that. Let's just you have no mathematical theorem that proves that it's wrong to kill someone. There's no, even humans, forget animals even here. I'm just saying you can't find a mathematical formula that proves it's wrong to kill a human, let alone an animal. Michael, I just heard a grown adult say he took supplements just because he felt like it. You talking about me? No, I took it because people, whether I wanted to or not, were listening to what I say. You know, I'm here on YouTube. People listen to me. I'm not here to have people copy me or emulate what I do or take what I'm doing as some kind of recommendation. But people, nonetheless, listen to what I say, and I wanted to make sure I was setting a good example. Also, Michael, you ignore the fact I was putting my blood test, and I have been putting my blood tests up on YouTube since 2013. I started going vegan in 2010, so I pretty much the whole time as a vegan. My first blood test was in 2012, 2 years into veganism. Anyway, I'm saying I had sufficient knowledge to know I was not deficient, yet I still took a supplement as a good example, role model person ought to. So what is wrong with that? What is wrong with me taking a B12 supplement when I wasn't deficient, but I decided to anyway? Please explain to me, Michael, what is wrong with that? What did I do wrong there? I would really like to know what is wrong with that situation of, well, not being deficient in B12, starting a B12 supplement just because I wanted to. What is wrong with that? Well, listen, Michael, I want to know. Why are you criticizing me for that? I just heard a grown adult say he took supplements just because he felt like it. One moment on the numbers. And if you want, we can look at my B12 numbers too. They're all up here. Let me get my blood test playlist for you here. 1 second here. Let's see. Vegan blood test. Here is the link to the playlist.
If you're vegan and you're eating a vegan diet, you need to have a perfect vegan diet to be healthy. You need to know what you're doing in terms of supplementation and how to meet the nutrient needs that aren't being met.
Stop it here. I'm just getting the link here, Michael, for the blood test playlist. Blood
my blood test playlist so you can see all my blood tests. So have a look here. And Leslie raises a good point, which I didn't get to yet, that plenty of non-vegans take supplements. I mean, can Michael sit here with a straight face and argue that the multi-billion-dollar vitamin and supplement industry was created for vegans? They're making all that money from vegans? Hell no. They're making their money primarily from non-vegans. They didn't make their sups for vegans or anything like that. So if so many non-vegans are forced to take supplements because of their diets, why is it somehow a crime against humanity if a vegan responsibly takes a B12 supplement? I don't understand how if a vegan takes a supplement, all hell breaks loose, deficiency, blah, blah, blah. But if someone like Joe Rogan takes way more supplements than I could ever dream of taking, meat eating is healthy. Please explain that one please explain that to us as well, Michael. Tim, do I like wasabi? Yeah, with sushi. That's the only time that I'll have wasabi. Uncle, you got treated like a mushroom at work? Is this a joke? How did that happen? Graham, every vegan I've actually met eats a huge variety of food. Yeah, myself included. Just anecdotal, but yeah, just saying. Yeah, like what about veganism means that you don't eat a lot of kinds of foods? Again, that's just the fantasy of non-vegans. And sure, there are vegans that promote restrictive diets, but usually those are the ones that fail at veganism because they're on a restrictive diet. Oh, move the line. Yeah, there's some amazing vegan sushis. Yeah, down here in Southern California, I've had some amazing vegan sushi for sure. Yeah. Uncle, they kept you in the dark and fed you bullshit. Who did that? Your work did that? What happened to you at your work there? Michael's still doing the fuzzy math vegan pundit. We'll see if he comes back with some actual maths here. Because remember, his occupation, his profession is bio. Yeah, Giovanni adds, non-vegans take, like, say, whey protein because vegans are deficient in protein, but non-vegans got to take their whey protein. Casein protein, B12, omega-3, fish oils. Yeah, you keep going on here. Creatine, pre-workout, keto, collagen supplements, testosterone supplements, but vegans are the ones who are deficient, right, Giovanni? It's funny how meat eaters could take all that stuff. Joe Rogan takes most of that stuff you just mentioned there, and no one ever says he's eating a deficient diet, but vegans all the time, you guys are deficient. Even though I put my blood tests up, testosterone and all included, totally not deficient, but vegans are deficient. Anyway, I don't think Michael's coming back. It's the inner bison. I hope Michael isn't doing one thing, the math for it. I want a study he can point to. A study for what? Like what study can he show us? I mean, again, we are vegan because I'm vegan, at least because not because of my blood tests, even though my blood tests show me what I'm doing as a vegan is not killing me or anything. We're vegan because it's against animal cruelty and exploitation. So I'm not sure what study he's going to show us that kind of like, debunks veganism, but I'd love to see. Okay, as far as I deflected. No, I'm asking you, why are you bringing up an example of people that you've never met, Michael, who don't have the same kinds of access to foods that you have, that I have, that we all here have? Why are you bringing them up as an example as why you can't be vegan? You're basically saying, oh, I can't be vegan because there's some people that live near the polar regions, who can't get Uber Eats. Like, how does that make any sense? And I'm not deflecting. I'm just pointing out the absurdity of your example as far as making it some kind of practical reason why you can't be vegan. I can't be vegan because of Eskimos and Inuits that live in the northern regions of the continent. They do it did not require supplements. Awesome. I'm glad they didn't. So how does that debunk veganism? If you want to end up malnourished for the sake of a few animals more, I'm not malnourished, Michael. Did you see my blood tests? I'm not malnourished. What are we talking about? Shall we compare? Do you have any recent blood tests so we compare like B12? You want to look at testosterone? I'm totally down because I'm not malnourished. Let's look at protein, calcium, iron, the whole shebang, Michael. I am not malnourished. This is your stupid assertion that you think for some reason that we're not eating the flesh of formerly living animals, that we're somehow missing out on nutrients. That's your ill-informed, ignorant opinion, not shared by the general medical community. And I'll show you what I'm talking about here, Michael. Let's go take a look at not the definition of veganism, but let's say the opinion of health organizations from around the world. Dietitians of Canada, British National Health Service, British Nutrition Foundation, Dietitians Association of Australia. Also, their opinions reflected in the latest dietary guidelines of Australia, the Mayo Clinic, Heart and Stroke Foundation of Canada. All are in agreement here. They're saying the same consistent message, that a well-planned, meaning don't do something stupid and just eat raw food or just eat 1 or 2 like kale and beer for the rest of your vegan life. An appropriate vegan diet meets your nutritional needs. That's what it says. So if you think they're wrong, awesome. You can have an opinion. Everyone is entitled to have opinions, especially now in 2023. Everyone has opinions, but not everyone's opinions are supported by evidence. Again, how did they come up with these opinions? These people here, these organizations, did they just sit there in an armchair or go to a YouTube live stream? No, these opinions are based upon a review of the scientific literature into the science on nutrition and plant-based diets. And that's how they came up with these conclusions, these position statements. If these organizations were somehow factually incorrect, they'd be in a lot of trouble. They would be giving people advice that could kill them, because Michael thinks a vegan diet's killing people. But obviously these organizations are not given dangerous, false misinformation here. They would be irresponsible. They would have to take their position papers away and explain how they were so wrong. But again, those positions were arrived after reviewing the latest literature in the field. So yeah, you could take the opinion of one guy like Michael, but he's not a health organization. He's a dude. He's a dude trolling us maybe. I don't know, but I'd rather listen to, say, the Dietitians of Canada, the British National Health Service, the Dietitians Association of Australia, rather than some lone guy. Flatlander Montgomery, you have to find each one. You're asking, can I put links to these statements in the descriptions of videos? Yeah, I guess I should just track down each one. I tracked down a few of them and I didn't save them. I could do that. Thanks for the suggestion. And these are real. They're not made up. I could show others. These are just some. There's more. Like I said, there's the Academy of Nutrition Dietetics, Australian Dietary Guidelines. These are ones I actually have linked to. I've shown them on recent videos, but we could find more for sure. So I'll try to remember that for next time and get that into I'll put that in the links for all the live streams from here forward, or from after this week, because I obviously won't have it ready tonight because I'm going to go eat dinner right after this. NP Carnivore, is climate change real? Why are you asking a musician for? Why are you asking a music producer and a vegan activist? Do I look like a climate scientist? Are you here to do some kind of like culture war thing or something like that? Because I know it's been politicized. Why are you asking a musician, a music producer, about the PhD level evidence about the science behind human climate change? I haven't read the PhD levels papers on that, and I bet you probably haven't either. I do look like a climate scientist. Yeah, they all look like me. Kind of a little K-poppy and in their 50s. Huh? Anyway, I said anything within reason. Like if you came here and asked me, yeah, what's the airspeed velocity of a Boeing 747? I wouldn't have any freaking clue. And you want to tell me, like, name like the element with the atomic number of 17. I haven't any freaking clue. I don't know. Don't ask me these things. You know, ask me anything about veganism. Veganism. Again, let's see what veganism is. Well, first of all, we know it's nutritionally adequate, but that's not what we're here to talk about. Veganism is a stance against animal cruelty and exploitation. So, yeah, anything veganism. Yeah, anything within reason. You know, what's the largest capital in South America? I don't know. Don't ask me that. That's not relevant. Yeah, the airspeed of an unladen swallow. That's how my thoughts started off there, and I forgot what it was exactly. Like, let's just do a Boeing 747. Monty Python. NP Carnivore. So are you here to say that vegan diets are not nutritionally adequate? Do beans have bioavailable iron? I don't know. Shall we go look it up? Well, first of all, are you here? Why are we nitpicking one nutrient? Because are you here to say that vegan diets are nutritionally adequate? Are you saying vegans are iron deficient or anemic or something like that? Because I can show you past videos where I've made reference to studies that show vegans are at no greater risk of iron deficiency or anemia than non-vegans. I can show you my blood test if you're looking for some anecdotal stories. But are you trying to say, NP Carnivore, that vegan diets are somehow inherently nutritionally deficient? Is this your point? Yes or no? I want to know if this is what you're here to say. We don't have to discuss every particular thing. I just want to know if this is your general point, that vegan diets are nutritionally deficient. It's funny how you came here as some kind of climate change denialist, and now all of a sudden you want to nitpick the bioavailability of nutrients in legumes. But anyway, let's see what your point is here. Okay, so where's your evidence for that? Because again, let's take a look here at the opinions of health organizations from around the world. Let's drink to this one too, because this is getting as common. Health organizations from around the world that made position statements after having reviewed the scientific literature and have came to the conclusions as we see here, such as the Dietitians of Canada have, British National Health Service, British Nutrition Foundation, Dietitians Association of Australia, which I found also echoed in the dietary guidelines from Australia, Mayo Clinic, saying a balanced vegan diet is nutritionally adequate. So please tell me where you're hearing that eating a sensible, non-insane vegan diet, meaning don't do something like just eat raw or just juice all the time. Where's your evidence that eating a sensible vegan diet is not nutritionally adequate? Let me know what health organization you have that says this. Because if these people are wrong, they would be killing people. The Dietitians of Canada, the British National Health Service, would be giving information to their citizens that would kill them because vegan diets are so nutritionally deficient. Do you think they would give advice to their people, to their citizens, that would kill them? I'm just curious. All right, so we're going to wait. It's a simple answer. Like, show me what you know that I don't know, that vegan diets are going to kill us. All right, so waiting. Should I play a little guitar as we're waiting here? Let's see. All right, so let's see if we have any progress on that front here. Let's see. Where did he go? Did he even show up? Still waiting for that Montana math sophist. Hey, Michael, Montana Michael. So again, what's your whole point of talking about the Inuit? Like I said, are you an Inuit? How does that debunk veganism or something? Whatever why'd you even bring them up? So I don't see our NP carnivore. You're going to get banned, NP carnivore. I asked you a very simple question about, you said vegan diets are nutritionally inadequate, and now here you are saying, now you're not answering my question. Instead, let's see what you're doing wrong here. Rule number 3, read carefully here. When trying to debunk veganism, let's see what it says again. It says, 2, I will only discuss one of your claims at a time, which means don't bring up new claims or new questions. You're just flinging poop on the walls. Just answer the question. Don't bring up new stuff. You're the one that started this. I didn't come to your channel. You came to mine. So I am asking you, where is your evidence about vegan diets being nutritionally adequate? I showed you what I know about vegan diets being nutritionally adequate. Here is a starting point. We can go into more detail, but I showed you something here, and I want to know, what do you know to support your assertion that vegan diets are deficient and will kill you or whatever? And all you do is ask me another question about, would you feed a kid a child vegan diet? No, it doesn't work that way. Answer the question or just leave. You're the one that came here, so please answer the question. You started this. I didn't come to you. No, you don't get to answer. No. Yes, you can. You don't believe you can feed children a vegan diet. Well, that's your opinion. Again, let's go take a look at the opinions of others here. And the first one, a well-planned vegan diet can meet all these. They're talking about nutritional needs. It's safe and healthy for pregnant and breastfeeding women, babies, children's, teens, and seniors. Let's look at the third one, the British Nutrition Foundation. A well-planned, balanced vegetarian or vegan diet can be nutritionally adequate. Studies of UK vegetarians and vegan children have revealed that their growth and development are within the normal range. Let's look at the Mayo Clinic. A well-planned vegetarian diet can meet all the needs of people of all ages, including children, teenagers, pregnant, and breastfeeding women. The key is to be aware of your nutritional needs so you plan a diet that meets them. So it's not my opinion. I'm not a doctor. I don't have any training in nutrition and dietetics. I'm a music producer by trade. So why would you ask me? It's like someone asked me, hey, do you know how to fix the carburetor and on your car? I don't know. I'll go find a mechanic that knows what he or she is doing. Same thing here. I don't know how it works all inside here. Go find the experts. This is what they say. So you just asked me, can you feed children a vegan diet? According to these health experts and organizations, again, this is not an opinion of like one guy, some mad scientist. These are health organizations, national health organizations, saying you can feed a vegan diet to children. So what's your evidence here now? So please tell me what you know that I don't know. Help me. What's your name again? NP Carnivore. Show me what, maybe you're going to save my life here tonight. Okay, so you got me. Vegan diets are nutritionally adequate for vegans. Where did it say it only works for some people? It says for all people here. Let's look at, let's say, a position of the Academy of Nutrition and Dietetics. It is the position, oops, wrong page here. It is the position of the Academy of Nutrition and Dietetics, which is the largest organization of health professionals in the world, bigger than all those ones I just showed you, that appropriately planned vegan diets are healthful, nutritionally adequate, and it says next sentence, these diets are appropriate here for all stages of the life cycle. These are appropriate for all people, not just vegans. It's appropriate for everyone. Why would it just be appropriate for vegans? How does the logic of that work? That doesn't make any sense. For all humans. Yeah, only human people who are alive, Yannicki. Thanks for specifying that out there. Let's make it very precise. For all human people who are alive. Yeah, Jokic. It's crazy how far people will go to justify hurting animals. Oh, Jokic. Speaking of Jokic, yeah, you're a Denver Nuggets fan. Are they playing tonight? Is there a game 3? I want to see the Suns go down 0-3. No offense to any Suns fans, but I like the Nuggets way more than I like the Suns. So let me know what's going on with the Suns right now, if you know. And Inner Bison has noticed time and time again through tonight's live stream that Meat also constipates your brain, and we're seeing lots of evidence for that. Okay, suns are up. It's not over, right? Are they still playing right now? Seems like, yeah, it would be, that sounds like a third or maybe early fourth quarter score. So I'm rooting for the Nuggets. And meat clogs the morals too, huh, Flatlander? Yeah, LGA. Hey, thanks, LG. I haven't seen you all night. Carnivores and omnivores have deficiencies as well. As I pointed out, the vitamin market, multi-billion-dollar industry per year, wasn't created for us little vegans here. It's created for the general population who are apparently deficient on their meat and dairy and egg diet as well. So if vegans need to take supplements, that doesn't make it any worse than meat eaters needed to take supplements. We're just people. If the doctor prescribes a supplement, take it. Who cares if you're a vegan or not? Jokic, aha, my husband is a basketball freak. I just shared Jokic's last name, so I keep joking he is my fave player. NP Carnivore, laters, my job tonight is accomplished. Yeah, you gave us a nice laugh there. How you basically accomplished showing that you have zero evidence to support your assertion that vegan diets are nutritionally inadequate and not appropriate even for children. And we knocked all of your stuff down here. Position of the Academy of Nutrition Dietetics states otherwise. Other health organizations state otherwise. So your mission is accomplished, that you came here talking a big talk, and when push came to shove and asked to provide any shred of evidence to support your extremely wild assertion there, you failed 100% miserably in providing us anything. So yeah, your mission accomplished. You proved to us that once again, meat eaters are not meat eaters, but anti-vegans are full of it. You guys are just completely full of crap and don't have actual evidence. You have opinions. You have very large or loud, strong opinions, but they don't withstand the scrutiny of actual evidence or logic, critical thinking. You fail on all of those. You just come here and fling poop, and then you bail. Oh, mission accomplished. Yeah, you flung a lot of poop and showed us once again how anti-vegans are just some of the most lacking people I've ever seen in my life as a category, as far as lacking evidence and lacking any ability to formulate basic critical thinking or arguments. So yeah, mission accomplished, NP Carnivore. Thank you for proving once again what we see every Friday night. I think that's why a lot of you guys come, huh, to see. It's amazing how just ill-prepared these people are to back up any of these wild claims they make. So what do you think about, oh, you're still here, NP Carnivore. I thought you said you were bailing because your mission was accomplished of showing us how, once again, anti-vegans lack critical thinking, evidence, and logic. You know? Bill, I didn't want to say it so bluntly like you did, Bill, but yeah, Ryan, let's call it what it is. They are just lying. Well, I'm not sure if they're intentionally lying, Bill. Maybe they are. I think they really believe what they believe, but I don't think they are fully aware or even remotely aware of how what they believe doesn't correspond to actual any evidence-based information. We're talking about science, research, not some like shirtless meathead Instagram guy saying, yeah, plants are going to kill you. You got to eat meat. Plants have no nutrients. We're not talking about that. We're talking about opinions of health organizations, not just some weirdos on social media. Oh yeah, Dr. Bear. Yeah, Dunning-Kruger effect. If you guys don't know what that is, copy what Dr. Bear said there. Look up the Dunning-Kruger effect. Yeah, it's basically the less you know about a topic,
the more confident these people are. They have no idea what they don't know. They just know a little bit, but they think they know a lot. They have no idea how much they don't know. So yeah, it's kind of this reverse effect. The less you know about something, the more that you think you're an expert in something. And likewise, experts often don't consider themselves experts because they realize, okay, I know a lot, but there's so much more I don't know. They know about what they don't know. And the Dunning-Kruger fools, like, if I don't want to say a bad word, the Dunning-Kruger examples here are the opposite. They really have no idea how much they don't know. They think they know a lot, but they don't. Yeah, you'd be surprised how much we don't know. Exactly. That's why I don't call myself an expert or anything like that, because I'm not. I didn't go to school for nutrition or biochemistry or medical or anything like that. I went to school in philosophy. If there's one thing I was taught and learned and cultivated and crafted over the many years as an undergrad and 1 year as a grad, was critical thinking. And that's what I do here. Maybe I'm an expert in critical thinking. I don't know, but compared to the Dunning-Kruger anti-vegans that come on, yeah, I'm like Einstein, the Einstein of critical thinking. But I don't think I'm even that awesome at it. Jill, I decided to stop commenting and just laugh at their random comments. Good call there, huh? Oh, good one. I didn't see that Michael's still here yapping on about soy and stuff. Yeah, good question, Dr. Bear. Does Michael have any idea what percentage of soy actually reaches the mouths of humans? The vast majority of it, like 90% goes to feed livestock. I think it's 91%. So less than 10% reaches the mouths of human beings. So if you really wanted to have less soy grown and all the problems that are associated with soy production and monocropping or what have you, you should not consume animal products, because we have to feed all these animals soy and corn. It goes, corn. Vast majority of corn as well goes to feed animals, not humans. Michael, do you want me to pull some stats up here for you too? I can. I just made a video about this a couple weeks ago. What percentage of soy grown in the United States reaches the mouths of human beings? I told you it's less. It's like less than 10%, 91%. Let me see if I can remember which video it was here, guys. If you guys can remember, I'd love your opinions here. But let's see. I forgot what video it was. So let me just go back to my video page here and see if I can recall. Let's see. Oh, it's probably what I learned, huh? Let's take a look at that one. Hey, this is Ryan of Happy Healthy Vegan. Yeah, it doesn't suck being vegan. You can suck on this.
Seeds, nuts, and grains inhibits
consuming legumes is associated.
Pediatric HGN group in 2019 recommended
nope.
selenium, choline.
Asian people, such as myself, my ancestors, have been eating soy for thousands.
May explain why a study on almost.
But nowhere in there did it say the vegetarians even ate a speck of soy in their entire lives. He's one of these people that assumes that as soon as you go, by the way, are either deficient or dangerous. I can't find it, but trust me, if you want to come back next week, I'll have it for you. I'll show you the source of my information, that 90% of soy grown goes to feed livestock. So it's not feeding humans, it's not feeding vegans, it's feeding your friggin' livestock animals. I didn't mean to downgrade the animals. I feel for them. I'm just saying it's this whole freaking business, this industry of livestock. Farmed and Dangerous at Dr. Bear. Did I just read his last comment correctly? Please tell me I didn't. I didn't even see his last comment. Let me go take a look. Americans eat way more tofu than beef per year. Okay, I'm really going to take another look. He made 2 videos about soy. I made 2 response videos to him. Maybe it was the first one. Let me look one more time. Let's see.
All right, maybe it's this one. Let me take a look at this one. Hey, this is Ryan of Happy, Healthy.
Well, I recently interviewed Giovanna Mendoza.
Comes with vitamin D.
In the 26
eating a complete this, saying that the effectiveness of B12 on the chart here, and as you see, something that's non-healthy.
contain phytic acid.
Once again, not a vegan activist source of information, just boring. All these horrible. Leave your questions and comments down below. Let me know if you already saw this video. Let me know if I should have a bookmark for that one, but I don't. But for that link. But anyway, he's lying. There's no. I mean, we'll just Google it right now. Let's just look at it together right now. I don't even need to find the exact one I use. I feel confident I could find this really easily. Percent soy livestock. That should probably get it done, huh? Let's see. All right, here. 77% of the world's soy is fed to livestock for meat and dairy production. A mere 7% is directly fed. Let's see. 7% is okay. How much reaches humans? Let's see if I can get that. Okay, if you're not counting, let's look at this graphic here. If we're not counting oil, if we're talking like tofu, 2%. Once you add in soy milk and tempeh, we're getting closer to 7%. That's where my figure comes from there. So excluding oils, which isn't like a vegan thing, but even if you do that, still, if you add in the oils and the tofu and soy milk, it's way less than animal feed. Direct human food versus animal feed. I mean, just look at this, Michael. This is, I can send you the link from this. If you have something better for me, I would like to see what you're talking about here. But most soy is this red part of the graph here of the graphic. 76% goes to animal feed, 20% for direct human food. But again, 13% of that is oils, and most of us aren't eating a bunch of soy oil stuff. Tofu, just 2.6%, 2.1% for soy milk. Not much. Not humans aren't eating that much tofu. It's primarily being fed to animals, your livestock. So anyway, Michael, thanks for coming. You've been entertaining, and you're just flinging more and more poop on the wall after I told you not to. So I'll put you in timeout. You can come back in the future, Michael. You can come back next Friday if you'd like to, if you have another argument or example. But if you come back, Michael, I put you in timeout. Bring evidence. Just don't fling poop on the wall. That doesn't cut it here. Maybe on other vegans live streams you can fling poop all day, and we don't tolerate. We have a very strict no poop on the wall policy. Rule number 3 here. Just read it carefully. Make sure you understand what I'm talking about here. Bring evidence. Bring a logical argument. Bring an example. Just don't make up hypothetical examples that you can't prove at all. And you can't share links unless you're a moderator. So if you have a paper you'd like to share with me, like with some government data or something like that, have the title. You can type that in or paste the title of your paper in, and I'll look for it myself and I'll put it on the screen for us all to see. I'll give you a fair opportunity to present your evidence. Okay, you got that? Was that Dr. Bear? Sometimes I have to explain concepts slowly, over and over to some people who struggle with basic concepts. Those skills sure come in very handy dealing with the trolls here. Did VLAM come back from her journey? The pool swim? Oh, I had a nice whole hour swim still at the pool. Oh man. I envy you. We haven't had like pool weather here for ages. Now I'm hungry for tofu now too. I'm so excited. I'm gonna order the tofu from Panda Express. Should do that pretty soon because they close in 50 minutes. I gotta get the order in and get down there. What's that, Graham? Do people who just confidently throw out totally made up statistics just count on people not looking up? Yeah. And they come to the wrong place, because I've been doing this since 2013, an evidence-based YouTube channel. So I know when people are making crap up, because if they're saying something about tofu, how humans are eating all this tofu, I know it's wrong. We can just, if I can't find my video, I'll just find another source of information there. Yeah, I mean, this is easily provable stuff or disprovable stuff. What do they think? They're coming here and we're all stupid. We don't know what we're talking about. I feel disrespected. Dem MC, what's that? Do you have an issue, Dem MC? I'm not sure. Dem C702, do you have a question? Do you have an issue with like monocropping or veganism or something? If so, let me know. Now's a good time, because I'm gonna go on pretty soon. So if you have a question, we might be able to sneak it in here. So Bill's giving me the update. It's 90 to 88 suns at the end of the third quarter. So it's gonna go down to the buzzer. It could be anyone's game. Wow, I wonder if I should watch the fourth quarter. But I gotta go drive to Panda Express though in a bit. So what's my thoughts on video games? I don't play too many, even though I like them. But I guess because I have a Mac, you know, all the great games are on PC and stuff. I don't know. What's that? Farmed and Dangerous? The quality of the trolls is decreasing sharply as the night wears on, huh? Dem MC, go eat my tofu, bro. Well, I'm gonna eat more than tofu. I'm gonna eat chow mein. I'm gonna eat veggies. And the tofu eggplant dish there doesn't really have that much tofu, believe it or not. I wish they had more tofu in there. But if you have a question for me, I'm not sure if you're vegan or if you're here to debunk veganism. I'm not sure. So if you have a question, Dem C702, you can ask it right now. We'll see if we have time for it. Yeah, Wesley Wiles, as I showed in that graphic there. Yeah, soy oil, it's hard to like make the comparison. Soy oil inflates the human food component a little bit, but still, even if you have oil, it's still, I mean, animal feed's still 76% of soy usage versus 20%. So either way, any way you look at it, animals use way more soy, require way more soy than humans do. Dem C702, former vegan. So do you have a question or a criticism of veganism? If so, now is a good time to express it. Jill, yeah, all the Panda Expresses have stopped selling the vegan orange chicken. They said it was a temporary thing. I thought it was a permanent thing when they rolled it out to all. I don't know. I'm not sure what's going on. VLAM, any tips for an absolute beginner on basketball? Just have fun. Just go and have some fun. That's it. That's all you should do at this point. Basketball should be fun, so have some fun. The more fun you have, the more reason you'll have to want to play it again. Yep, the vegan orange chicken is gone, guys. I hate to be the bearer of bad news for some of you guys. Yes, Yannick G. As a vegan, you are not required to eat tofu. I mentioned earlier I probably went maybe a year or two with zero tofu, as far as I remember. Yeah, Wesley Wiles, yeah. The whole food part of soy rather than the oils is the more relevant piece of data here. We consider the 2.6% of tofu, the 2.1% of soy milk, and tempeh. Yeah, what's that, 7%? That's what people are eating. That oils, it's apples and oranges there when you're comparing foods with an oil. Yeah, make sure your laces are tied. That's a good one. But if you're just having fun, you could play in slip-ons or even sandals, I guess. Sweet Potato Sister. Yeah, I'm with you too. When people say they used to be vegan, they're plant-based or something, following a vegan diet. Maybe they're watching some trendy influencer. Hey, look at me. I got a thigh gap and, 2% body fat. So who knows what they're doing, But yeah, how do you become a former vegan? I used to think murder and rape of humans was okay, but I switched my moral beliefs now. I think murdering and raping humans cool. Same thing with animals. Like, yeah, I used to think killing animals was bad, but now I think it's totally cool. Like, how do you flip a switch there? It doesn't make much sense. Yeah, VLAM, I'm with you too. Yeah, being Asians ourselves here, yeah. I do feel bummed when people try to talk crap on soy. Yeah, Graham, that Beyond Orange Chicken was so good at Panda Express. Yeah, I was so bummed when they got rid of it this last time. That sucks. I have no idea if they'll bring it back again either. Yeah, Don, I don't ban the trolls unless they're egregiously not abiding by our simple rules here. Like either they're trolling hard or they're just like flinging poop on the walls here. Not just, I just want them to give us one example why veganism sucks or whatever, and we'll talk about that. So yeah, if they're abiding by the rules, we'll keep them because they're often entertaining. But yeah, if they're being a dick or if they're just not abiding by my simple rules here, then we'll block them. That's how it works out, Don. All right, I think I should get going, guys. I see some good questions coming up, but I gotta go. I'm hungry, and my Panda Express, I got to get there before they close. So I got some business to do here before the top of the hour. So guys, thank you. This is a great live stream. 3 hours and 18 minutes. Wow. One for the ages here. I can't remember the last time I went over 3 hours and 15 minutes. So it must have been a fun one, guys. So it was good to see some people like Farmed and Dangerous again, who I haven't seen in a long time. And it was cool to know that you live like not that far away, just up in the SoCal mountains. So that's cool to know. So anyway, guys, I'm glad we're all here tonight. We missed Sarah, so if you're watching, Sarah, I think I said something at the beginning. We're still thinking about you at the end, Sarah. So I know, yeah, you have family in town, so that's cool. Yeah, spend time with family. You can watch this later on if you want. You can just not watch it, and we'll just see you next week. So anyway, it's good to see everyone here this week. And yeah, I'm glad V and Dr. Bear are back. Good to see you. And Sweet Potato Sister, I'm glad you came back from your shopping fine. And Sean, hey, I didn't say hi to you, Sean. So good to see you, Sean. So let's see. Yeah, make sure you watch my video from yesterday. One of those, well, I'm no longer vegan influencers, former vegan influencers trying to see if there was a reason why she couldn't be vegan or just decided one day to not be vegan for, whatever reasons, but there was no reason why she had to do that. Just decided didn't want to be vegan. So check that out. And if you have any good ideas for me, you can always forward them to me in the comments. Find me on Instagram, Happy Healthy Vegan, Ryan Them Rocks. Ryan Them Rocks on Instagram, Happy Healthy Vegan on Twitter. Let me know if you have any ideas. Peter's been really good about that. And I want to thank Uncle and Peter. Yeah, Peter was just here at the beginning moderating. So Uncle, thank you for holding it down with me tonight. You and I were the ones banning and blocking people. So thanks, Uncle, so much for your constant presence here. It doesn't go unnoticed. I appreciate it a lot, Uncle. So thank you so much. All right, guys. So next week, I don't have any new videos yet. So like I said, send me ideas. I'll have some ideas too. I should have some out for you. And I'll be back next Friday for another one of these Ask a Vegan Anything live streams. So thanks again for joining me on this Friday. Thank you for being part of my Fridays, which is my favorite day of the week. Basketball in the morning, live stream with you guys. This is about as good as a day gets for me oftentimes now, guys. So thank you so much. You guys are my friends indeed here, guys. All right, so much love, and I will see you all next Friday, and who knows, maybe even before then. We'll see what goes on. All right, guys, so until next time, remember, doesn't suck being vegan. Much love.